So hi everyone, welcome to the channel if you're new, and welcome if you're a hashtag oldie of course, my OGs. My name's Claire. This channel is about empowering you on your twin flame journey, your inner divine feminine, your inner divine masculine, and whatever's going on. Everything I do is channeling, clearing, healing energy, meaning that the way I approach every video is going to have something to do with whoever this is going to make sense to. This is a pick-a-pile, so I haven't done one of these in a long time. Can't even remember the last time I done it. I really love them, but I need to be in the mood for them. This one's probably going to be, I wouldn't even be surprised if it was something like 2 hours or something, because there's a lot of cards and there's a mixture of ones that I'm going to read the guidebook and and then the other ones I'll just go with the flow and we'll just see. It was more because so I won't make this intro too long, but just basically, in real time, because basically if you're finding this later on, everything I do is timeless, so everything everyone does is timeless in my opinion. So this could resonate whenever, because we're all in different timelines, and things manifest at different times, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. But it's always my intention to clear the heavy energy. So, and as I'm filming this, I'm filming it on the full moon partial lunar eclipse. It's a bit of a mouthful. It's also a supermoon, so it's magnifying the energy, and yeah, but it's also the harvest moon as well, which I haven't actually. That's the first time I've said that, so it's wise to remember that with it being an eclipse as well. Full moons are always about endings, and Pisces is the last sign, so it's about endings. Although the moon is in Aries now, because it went in Aries like not that long after, a few hours after it was exact. Basically, there is a huge theme of endings in there, but there is quite a magical feeling of new beginnings. But I really feel it's a test of faith right now, and that's really the reason why I was guided to come and do a pick-a-pile. Was I have been very Pisces moon-like. So like I said, although we're in Aries moon, I'm really embodying the Pisces full moon energy. I need to transmute a lot of energy. So as you'll know if you've been tuning in the other videos, like my body's really been through it the past week. Just various different aches and pains, and I was actually just sitting and sort of meditating on it for a bit and sort of going into a dreamy space, and I've actually connected a lot of dots of specific people I was transmuting pain for on different levels, because I'm transmuting for, well, spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical. And it's not a coincidence that if you've been going along with the Divine Detox videos, today is the last day of it. So today was the last day of the physical body and manifestation. And so, I don't know about yous that have been doing stuff, but I've, really went through it. A lot of it was quite challenging, actually. I think I'll be thinking twice before I do that again next year. Seriously. And it is just because when I hold a group intention, it's no different than if we're in a physical group, and you don't need to watch all the videos. It's just, I know that I felt the difference. I was holding space for whoever's doing it. It was just really intense. And of course, it's not the first time I've done that, but I did find it I think it's just reflective of the world energies. But anyway, thank God, that's when I know it's not mine, because like I said, I had a lot of pain at my left side, at my back, and my shoulder for 2 days straight, and then it's just gone, it's lifted. So that was me transmuting for others. And again, I think I've identified who that was for. And then, and remember, that's the confusing thing. It doesn't mean that somebody would have physically had, although it can be that, had a physical pain in the same exact place. It could be like an emotional, spiritual, or mental blockage that's coming out of that way. And that would be to do with needing more rest, balancing your feelings, your feminine energy in general. And yeah, I've still got the finger thing going on, so I've got my plaster on. But again, I've got loads of powerful downloads about that too, right? So I just saw 441, it's 444, so I'm going to get going. So I will timestamp this, but that's what they want to say. So burning the sage. Eclipses and full moons are magical times, but they're also, times when not so nice people can do fuckery basically. So wise to protect their energy. And like I said, I'm really hoping that by the end of this, I'm going to, I'm really hoping that by the end of this, I'm going to be able to have cleared a bit of energy there too, because it's really quite intense, all the stuff I'm picking up on. Right, so before I get going with this, pick, now just do, if you've never done a pick a pile before, where you been? But basically, just pick intuitively. Like, I think the quicker the better, you know what I mean? Don't go with how fancy the crystal is, or definitely I wouldn't go with what you know it means or anything like that, because I just grab them really quickly, and I don't like to say too much to influence anyone. Um, but what I will say is one of these piles in particular has a lot of energy. I mean, they've all got interesting energy, but like I wasn't, again, because there's honestly, there's, I don't know how many cards are on each one, there's loads. I just kept going. I was like, really, this many cards? But obviously, I got a general theme as I was pulling them, but I pulled them very quickly. And just one, though, was so palpable because I asked certain questions when I pulled each card, so they'll remind me what it was when I pulled them. Some it was just what does A need to know, what does B need to know, but I did ask specific ones for specific cards, and I mindfully put them down backwards. So, and I wanted it to be like starting off with these inner child cards because I felt they were very in line with kind of the mystical, magical kind of inner child energy of the Pisces full moon. Because, like I said, although we're in raw and real Aries right now, which is all about truth, new beginnings, fresh start energy, change, could also be anger as well, war, you know. So, and because we're still in the full moon, supermoon energy, there could be a lot of anger. I feel I'm transmuting a lot of that kind of energy for people too, but you could still very much be in the Pisces full moon feels. Um, because we are building up to the equinox as well on Sunday. So, yeah, like I said, the week building up to any kind of change of season, I always find is a really weird one. Um, so it's, you know, the balancing of the energies, and especially because we're moving into Libra season. So, and yeah, so I'm, just to put you in the picture here, when I'm sitting filming here, I'm sitting on my squeaky couch, so I'm inevitably going to have to move about a bit. And I'll pause it if I need to go and, you know, get a break or something. But yeah, so I usually say though, if I'm like, if it's like, if I make a noise on the couch, I'll be like, that was the couch. Let's just crack on with this. So yeah, pick A, clear quartz, B, black tourmaline. I know you can't really see it, but black tourmaline. Or C, rose quartz. So we kept it simple today. Three very well known crystals. And like I said, one of the piles in particular has a lot of energy and a few extra cards. So just, yeah, trust your intuition. So that's enough time, and I'm going to crack on with this. So I'm going to pause this to put the other ones out of the way. And yeah, I'm excited to do this because, like I said, they take a lot of energy, but yeah, I like doing it when I'm in the mood. So. And if you want to get more of these, then on the current only level that we've got the membership, I will do these when I've got you know, energy and when I'm guided to do it. Probably not ones as long as this, but you never know. Maybe I will. But currently, I'm going to be putting some wee short ones in that I done. That was just a pick a card. But you know, the short and sweet ones can really give you a powerful message too. But let's see. So if you picked A in the clear quartz, welcome. And I'll probably put a wee note to say, like, it probably will be quite interesting if you just watch all of them, because they always seem to weave messages in and out of things I do. Sorry about the noise. It's a very hot day here. There's lots of people wanting to be outside, out and about, so it is what it is. If we do have any kind of things like a kid having a tantrum or something like the last time, I will probably pause it because well, I don't like hearing kids cry. I know it's a part of life, but it's a bit distressing. And they are making quite a lot of noise actually. I might just wait until they pass. Right, it's a whole bunch of students are just hanging about chatting. They're going to be ages, so I'm just going to crack on. So, there could be a lot of hustle and bustle and stuff going on in your life. I mean, I did shut two of the windows just so that it wasn't as loud, but there could just be a lot of stuff going on around you that yeah, it's not easy to drown out the noise of others because everything means something around here. So let's start with our child card, and this is the one I'm going to read from the book. So first of all, 13 is not bad luck, it is divine feminine energy. And like I said, I'm here to clear energy and help you balance your inner divine feminine, your inner divine masculine, and whatever's going on in your twin flame connection, your true twin flame connection, because they're just, for some reason, they're guiding me to say, yeah, some of you it might not be your twin flame, it might be someone, yeah, I mean, you might think it's a twin flame, it might not be, again, so don't freak out. I mean, that would for only be the people that they're confused. Yeah, divine feminine energy. So again, remember, divine feminine, you can be male or female. This is just about the receiving energy, the slowing down, the being, the stillness, and that is very much this Pisces full moon energy was all about that. It's the stillness and the quietness. And in one of the piles in particular, it's not this one, I think it's one of the, well, I won't say what one it is in case you picked it. I know what one it is. There was a couple of cards that were about like quiet retreat and stuff. So find your haven. There's a place of wonder waiting just for you. So that is a very Pisces full moon statement. Let's see what this says. So just bear in mind, the way I do everything, because I am about balancing people's, in fact, let's put it in short, yin-yang energy, primarily in you, whichever twin you are, like the masculine or the feminine, as the guide my house to 1144, and I'm not looking down at the screen the whole time either. Tune in to what your feminine energy needs right now. And I did actually pull tarot card, that was really the only time I was like, this is for the feminine, that's for the masculine. But just remember, it's for your inner feminine, your inner masculine, but it's also the feminine, the masculine, and your connection, whatever one you are. Okay, so as children, we sought out secret places that were hidden and special. We found them while climbing up a tree or lying in the tall grass. We built forts of pillows and sheets and tents and sticks and branches and homes of imagination and magic. We strung up fairy lights and collected trinkets and treasures for our special place. We read our stories there and ate our forbidden treats there. It was a place all of our own. If you've pulled this card, it may be time to find a hideaway once again. That could be particularly significant for you if you've got like the Venus transit of Libra right now, and it'll very soon be going into Scorpio. If you happen to have that natally in your 12th house of, hidden stuff and secrets, which, like I'd said in one of the videos yesterday, but I mean, you could find this whenever. Something I've noticed across the board is a lot of twin flames, the masculine, whether you're a male or female, do tend to have 12th house planets will stop. I attract 12th house people basically because that's my favourite house and my Pluto's there and stuff. But particularly a Venus, so like a Venus in the 12th house or like a moon in the 12th house, but some sort of, because it normally denotes some kind of like forbidden love or like secret love or longing after somebody basically. But also like for instance, it's Venus and Libra right now, and then literally, I think it might even be as soon as Monday or something, but soon Venus will go into 60 Scorpio, and yeah, so you, if your Libra or Scorpio happens to be in the 12th house, you might be having Venus going through your 12th house right now, so you could be having things, just a lot of internal sort of hidden stuff going on, subconscious stuff, or a lot of stuff could be coming to the surface about these sort of secret hidden feelings that you have for a twin flame, I would imagine, if you're watching this. Or however that speaks to you. Because remember, Venus isn't just love, it's how you value yourself and anything, others, anything though, really. It's money, it's what you find beautiful, and like I said, it's love. So it's all these things could come up and whatever. So right now it's like finding the balance of what you find beautiful. And it would be, that would be, if it was in your 12th house, it'd be very secretive. It'd be like, only you know what you find beautiful. So it could even be when people are drawn to like people that are kind of taboo in some kind of way, which is always, it's always coming up in some kind of way in the twin flame journey. Even if it's like I don't get like what is so taboo about these two people being together or blah blah blah. But sometimes it's more obvious and sometimes it isn't. Um, and sometimes if it's not more obvious, it's because it's like maybe someone was something mystical in a past life and like you're feeling the energy. But it often is if you're mystical in a past life, if it's not awakened already, it's probably about to. It really depends what twin I'm talking to. So before you begin to consider where this special place might be, first connect with the adventurous aspect of your inner child. Remember what it felt like when you stumbled upon those hidden places, how it hummed with its own magical energy just for you. So yeah, I really do feel this is definitely going to. I think somebody's got like Venus transiting your 12th house right now. Strongly getting that, or like maybe like the 4th or the 8th or something like that. But doesn't need to be. But I can feel it will be for someone. Or it might be about to be. So remember, basically, if you have Libra in the 12th house or Scorpio in the 12th house. Now, once you hold this feeling inside of you of finding that hidden that place, let your intuition guide you to where you might connect with this energy again as an adult. And if as a child you were unable to experience the magic of a hideaway, then the following practice might be beneficial. First, reflect on the aspects of your life that bring you wonder. Next, take the steps to incorporate these aspects into a physical place that will embody that wonder. So that would be like making a wee altar or something, you know what I mean? Like with your crystals and all of that. Like I've got places like that all over my house. I've got crystals all over my house. You know, the clue's in the name. If you cannot recall that which brings you wonder, reflect on what makes you feel safe and take steps to create that space for yourself today. So again, that is absolutely very full moon in Pisces energy. Like Pisces is, oh yeah, and also with me talking about the 12th house so much there, I never even connected that that sounded like I was about to say Twilight, didn't it? Well, you might like Twilight, or there might be, well, wait a minute, Twilight's very taboo actually, and very hidden, because in the after ones, like, you know what I mean, she asked, right, I don't know who that is, and I don't like, I mean, I'm going to have to pause that, I'm not expecting anyone. Nippy as fuck. So you might have some unexpected interruptions that end up not even like, well, just annoying ones basically, because like my buzzer rang and it wasn't even for me. So it's kind of like what I was saying in the last video when the Amazon guy was saying he rings every buzzer, you know, because not everyone answers. But I mean, that's one of the moments really annoying. So sorry about that, but it's something I can't help. It's like times like that when it's like I wish I lived in a little remote kind of place out in the middle of nowhere. Right, so maybe one of you is feeling like that, like you're like tired. Well, yeah, because I spoke about the hustle and bustle. Tired of the hustle and bustle. Um, right, if you cannot recall that which brings you wonder, reflect on what makes you feel safe and take steps to create that space for yourself today. What magical things can you bring into your life today? Let your imagination run free with the possibilities. There are no limits on our dreams. Love it. Very, very this full moon. So let's put this aside and let's go to the next one. So I might not read this from the book, but let's see. So karma cleanse. Liberate yourself from karmic patterns of the past. Live a life of creative choice. So that could really fit with what just happened. I mean, because although it's annoying when the buzzer goes, and especially it's annoying when it goes when it is for me, but it's even more annoying when it isn't even for me. I mean, you can't even see who it is already. I didn't even hear anyone coming up the stairs. Basically, it could be that like if you think about it, you know, find your haven. There's a place of wonder waiting just for you, and this is talking about a karma cleanse. This is where it's like I get very specific messages, so this could literally just be for one person or a few people, but I think it could be something like living somewhere really busy or having a lot of people around you like really in your face and all up in your business, and this kind of just wanting to be done with it all and like live a more peaceful life. So it doesn't necessarily need to be because you're getting older. I mean, it could be that, but it doesn't really need to be anything with age, anything to do with age. It can just be, like, it can be to do with your soul. Because like I said, with some of you listening, I will be older to you. With some of you listening, I'll be like a young pup. So it's not anything to do with physical age. It's being tired of covering a lot of people around you, but I'm just gonna, that's what I'm getting from it. So let's see what it says in the book, because these are quite short. So like I said, I was specifically guided to quite a few, and I've just found the page, so that means it must be needed here. And it's actually 555 my time, right, as I'm reading this, so that's big changes. So yeah, I do feel that bit is specifically for somebody's really fantasizing, or it could even be putting plans in action. Sounds like I was about to say Pluto there, didn't it? So yeah, big transformation, death and rebirth energy, big karma cleanse going on. Probably working with Saint Germain as well, feeling the energy of Saint Germain strongly. Yeah. Liberate yourself from karmic patterns of the past, live a life of creative choice. Karmic patterns in our lives are like knots of fear that have taken deep root over many lifetimes. These energetic knots carry the seeds of our lessons. Karma has no timeline. Whether something happened recently, 20 years ago, or 20 lifetimes ago, our energetic memories are stored within our DNA. And if you're new around here, I basically hold the key codes that activate people's dormant DNA. So that is why people can feel a lot of energy shifting and stuff like that. And obviously during a personal session, it's even stronger, but people feel it through this free content as well. But also, see if it says something about 20 years ago. That's not a coincidence, because I've been thinking about, like, in my life, round about that type of era, like 20 years ago and 18 years ago, particularly 18 years ago, because I'm pretty sure this eclipse kind of links back to that kind of. So I think it would be around 2006. So you might want to sort of think about what was going on in your life around that time. Because I definitely know some of the things that just some of the actions that I'm being guided to take, and things that I'm being reminded of, do link back as far back as that. So, it's things I've spoken about in other videos, and I don't really want to, I just don't feel guided sort of going on about here, but because it's, again, I know what it means for me, so it's about what does it mean for you, that it's like you might be noticing some sort of themes, and maybe somebody might have been long out your life, like years, like maybe even the full 18 years, but, or like, a big part of that, like 10 years or something, but like the energy's still hanging about, there's like you're needing to clear it's like the ghost of someone. Now I'm healing that. I just said healing that. Now I'm healing that. You see, everything means something when I'm saying that. So you're being guided to heal that, something from the past. So whether that's your teenage years or your 20s or your 30s or your 40s, it really depends what age, whoever you are listening. But there's something you're being called back to the past, because remember, Pisces is the past as well, to do a bit of soul retrieval on it. So maybe there was a bit of residue, yeah, because what I was hearing was Ella Henderson. I keep going to the river tonight. I can't remember any of the words, but it's like, the ghost of you, it keeps me alive. So yeah, I feel there is a ghost of like an ex or something hanging around. I don't mean literally. Well, I mean, God, it could be for some people. Sorry if there was a actual passing, but I mean like it's somebody's energies hanging about that's not welcome. Like you need to clear the energy. It's like in Mother Debt that's got release your ex. Sometimes that isn't like somebody needs to release somebody they're with, or like stop letting an ex sort of rule the roost. Kind of, I mean, it could be that for some. It can actually just be that like you're carrying the trauma of the way somebody treated you, and it's kind of like it's that quote of like, don't bleed all over somebody else that never done anything. It's no, what is it again? It's like, take the time to heal, otherwise you'll bleed all over the person that didn't hurt you. That kind of vibe. So there's something definitely about healing here, because of how I said the other, like how I said it whenever I went to say healing and I said healing. These karmic imprints, consciously or unconsciously, hold us at ransom, affecting perception and interpretation of reality. Yeah, so it definitely feels like somebody, whether this is you, or I suppose it could be, you could be getting it from your twin, like somebody could be perceiving you're going to hurt them in the way that they were hurt by somebody else, or you could be the person thinking that your twin's going to hurt you the way someone hurt you. When we unravel the knots of fear, we release the karmic vibration held within the body and the energy imprints that originated from many lifetimes, including those incurred along your ancestral line. For some reason, it's reminding me of, I love watching this, it's just called, like, I think it's just called couples therapy. And I love It's something like that. I think it is just called that, but I love watching it because there's always like really interesting dynamics on it, um, and like from people from all walks of life, and definitely like definite things that like. Well, one of the episodes I was watching recently is just so not. I'm not going to go into detail, but you probably imagine where the different things I'm hinting at. It was just things that totally were not my cup of tea, far too confusing, and too many people involved. Probably gives you an idea of what I mean. And I was like, fucking hell, it's hard enough with just like being in a relationship with one person, never mind having two on the go and everybody knowing about it. It was just all a bit confusing. But again, when I'm pulling in stuff like that, that could be the case for somebody watching. Now, this could be that it was known that, yeah, that it was known that there was other people, or this could be a case that, like, maybe it wasn't known to somebody. And, I don't like picking up on things like that, but it's coming through for a reason. But basically, I was being shown, and even when I say it's coming through for a reason, that could just be making sense to like one person. So, it's general. So you just need to know your story. But yeah, it was more, I think I was being shown it because it was on another couple I was watching where there was just the two of them. It was sad because it was like just generally like the guy was, but like it was two guys, and basically it was like the guy was like shutting off and totally disassociating because of what he'd experienced in earlier years. And then when he kind of opened up and went into that, it really helped the two of them with their relationship with the counsellor. And again, I totally geek out on that stuff. I like to say geek out quite a lot if you're new around here, because I do, because like I am a counsellor as well as all the other things that I do, and I just love helping somebody not only realise why they're coming from that place themselves, but also helping the other person realise where they're coming from. So like I said, I really do feel my work taking a huge big shift in the area of doing more twin flame couples therapy sort of stuff, because I was really interested in that when I done my course. I was one of the only people that was really interested in couples therapy. So anyway, that's coming in for some sort of reason. So the Oracle of Karma Cleanse may appear in your reading as an indication that perhaps you are in the process of understanding a karmic relationship or repeated unpleasant lessons that needs releasing. Yeah, so unfortunately, definitely with what I've been saying there, somebody's had repetitive, unhealthy, toxic, painful connections that could have ended a while ago, but somebody's still holding the pain of it. So again, if that is speaking to you and you resonate with me, then book a session and I can help hold space to clear that. Or you might have already done it. I'm picking up in the past. Often when the lesson is learned, the attraction disappears or the situation just sizzles out as it's complete. Yeah, and that's when you know it was a karmic connection. In our wisdom of unravelling karmic knots, we realise the lesson was the actual attraction, which is why we often say to ourselves in hindsight, I don't know what I ever saw in that person. That is because you simply saw the lesson. Ooh, wow, that's fascinating. And it just never fails to amaze me how I just know what decks to use and stuff like, because when I was saying right from the start, that person might not even be your twin flame. So that obviously is the case for somebody. This could be a case where like a masculine realising they've chose a counterfeit over like the real twin flame. Doesn't need to be that. It could equally be like a feminine that is that's more rare, but I mean it could be. I've helped people with both. So right. Now, I had specific questions for our wee circle cards, and this was specifically about the karmic interference. So that's quite interesting considering that card's come up. So I can't remember what it is. Oh yeah, now I can, the mirror, right. So I'm going to read this from the book, but before I even read it, right, in fact, I'm going to read quite a lot of all of these from the book because I just felt like doing that today. And again, it's because of how I was feeling before. I just felt like I needed to do something. And I didn't know if I was going to really be wanting to dream off into my channeling land. Although I'm always channeling, even when I'm reading from the book, because I had to. It's anyway. It's there'll be specific things that people need to hear from the book. So what this is interesting me because if I wasn't, I'll see what it says after. But what I'm getting intuitively is whenever I see the mirror, I always think about like twin flames. So I do feel that although I asked like what is the karmic or any the karmic situation, I think this is one of these unique situations where it was like it's as well as whatever I said there about like a karmic partner has been involved on, you know, could be for both people on both sides. In truth, it will be for both people on both sides, but it might not have been at the same time. It could be at the same time as well. And remember, it doesn't always need to be romantic. Like somebody could have a romantic karmic partner, and somebody could have had like a friend that was a karmic person that the same sort of issues kept coming up. Like the same sort of energetic pull to whoever is listening to this and your twin. It would, like, that situation would mirror. That's the best way for me to put it, really. It's not always that you've both got like an ex that were the same. It could be like someone's got an ex, somebody's got a friend, but they both had maybe like an unhealthy hold over you or something. Usually the case, like a codependent connection, or equally it could be a family member. You know what I mean? It's just however it resonates. Um, but yeah, I do feel as well, just to complicate matters, this could be like the karmic situation was also with your twin. So you and your twin have had a very karmic cycle in nature as well, like as in it wouldn't be healthy. And again, of course, I'm going to mention after, especially because I did just watch the last two films last night. Um, it could be that and again, just in case nobody's seen after, I'll very quickly go over it. It's just a brilliant set of 5 films that you can find on Netflix, or the four of them are on Prime, and the first one used to be on here and it's not anymore. So sorry about that. I had to just not watch the first one this time. But basically, it's about codependency. Hot and cold, addictive, passionate relationships. A lot about actual energy, but yeah, it's a very twin flame film. But it's twin flames that, if you didn't have the patience to watch all 5 films, you could think it was about karmic partners. Because, like I said, there are bits in it that are unhealthy, like absolutely. And that's why they're showing me that, is that you would have to do both. In this connection, I feel at some point, because all true twin flames do have to do that, or it would stay toxic. Both people have had to spend time apart, doing that deep healing. And this person is like, mirroring back all the things that you need to face within yourself. So it can be intense. And I do feel that I'm strongly feeling for somebody watching this will be why one of you or both of you have felt at some point that, this person wasn't right for you, because it was just bringing up all these uncomfortable feelings. I feel I'm tapping into the masculine energy there, but because my hand stopped at the flame, this book's so tiny. I feel this is a masculine being like, oh, right, that's just because they're my twin flame. But like before, I think this person felt like this was like, it was really like unhealthy, whatever. Yeah, and it confused them because I just went past the riddle and the tear. Like they noticed that they upset you, and that something about you was like really triggering and upsetting them. Um, right, I'm just, wait a minute, I'm gonna pause to find the mirror. I paused to find the mirror at 33 minutes as well. So again, definitely a masculine that's going through a come to Jesus moment, going within, retreating, having an ego death, and pausing to connect with the divine. Because, twin flames are a divine union. It's not called that for no reason. This masculine, whatever was a riddle before, they're now working it out. Witnessing the deeper self, pure awareness. When dark, narcissism, comparison, harsh edges. Oh, yeah, so, wow. I mean, so I'm glad I read it from the book. So, it could have been that, like, if you are the feminine watching this, you could have been like, this can't be my twin flame, because like this person's acted really basically narcissistic towards me, or like, they've breadcrumbed me, or they've just overlooked me. Like, this is not love. And it says, let's read it. The reflection, the illusion, the looking glass. But again, what I'm being guided to say there is like, it won't be that deep for everyone, but I feel it is for some, because they got me to mention after, it's like, it feels like whatever looked like narcissistic kind of qualities, it was really just this person's coping mechanisms, like hiding, well, basically, yeah, their shadow hiding before they went through an ego death. We look into mirrors every day without recognising them as portals into another realm. They can shatter, flatter, distort, reflect, project an image back to us that we deem to be true. The energy of the mirror is about self-perception. When the archetype of the mirror appears, we're in the mythic land of Narcissus, who saw himself reflected in a pool and fell in love with his own image. So compelled by his reflection, he could not turn away, a fixation that eventually led to his death. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I'm just laughing reading this. It could be that, like, again, I know the words are seeming harsh, but it feels like, perhaps the masculine in this connection has to mask the deeper feelings. Like, they've come across, like, kind of really up themselves basically, and like they're too good for you, when really it's like probably what is behind it is a feeling of maybe they weren't good enough for you, and so they really up the ante on it being, well, it can just look like really nasty, but it's kind of like it's not the truth. But again, please seek professional support, whether it be with myself or somebody else, because you could be dealing with a narcissist. You might not be dealing with Twinflame. I don't know your situation. Like I said, it is general, but I'm just laughing because I was watching something last night as I was falling in and out of sleep, and it just made me laugh because the whole thing felt so personal. And the guy was like, remember, this is general, and I'm thinking, fucking, doesn't he fucking feel it, mate? It feels very personal. So I'm aware that I've got that ability too. I think that person must have some Pluto and Scorpio in the top. Oh, wait a minute, falls in silent. Right, so that again was very annoying. So that's two annoying things that have happened. The buzzer going, it wasn't for me, and then the phone ringing even though I put on silent. So anyway, interruptions. What I'm getting is I feel there's constant interruptions for whoever this is. I feel there's been constant interruptions to your healing process is what I'm getting here. So this could even be like, like I'm getting, because I pick up for different people. It could be like, well, actually, again, it could be like, because that was my mum that called me. It could be that like somebody's mum as a karmic partner. It doesn't need to be that because that's not the case for me, but it's just because it was my mum that called. But it could be that, like, or it is like the mother of a child, because I did mention something about ex, or it could be, or children, however many children involved, or it could be anyone though. It could be, wait a minute, let's just shuffle those cards because there is a mother card in it, and this has been coming up a lot. But look, eternal child's on the bottom, so um, I'm just getting the feeling that somebody that can't get away from a lot of people. Now it's interesting because the village card is in one of the other piles, or that might come out like, a community of people. So it doesn't necessarily need to be a mum or a mother of a child, or it could be like friends. Like this, like if this is you, you could just have a lot of friends around you, and you just can't really get any peace to yourself. And it's like, the thing is if you've lived a life like that for a long time, it's quite hard to sort of detach from it. But then once you do, you might not actually want to be back in all of it. Like, that's like me. Like, I used to have a lot of people around me, and now I just couldn't think anything worse than having all the hustle and bustle around me. So, and the ages of 38 could be significant because it's just reached 38 minutes. So, what have I got? The womb, yeah, look, it is. It's definitely like the womb, the mother. So, like I said, it's some kind of mother figure. The forest, can't see the wood for the trees. The flame, and right, yeah. So I definitely, it's kind of that old look. And the flame was the one that I saw in the book. So it definitely could be like a mother figure, or like a mother of children or something, has like not wanted a masculine to go towards a twin flame. That's definitely what I'm feeling there. Yeah, the healer. So it could be that like this, your masculine is trying to heal yourself, and these people don't want you to heal because you're going to empower yourself and get away from them, basically. Because it feels controlling, it doesn't feel healthy. So right, now let's see. Now I'm just trying to remember. This is the feminine energy. So the feminine energy. So based on top of what I just said, yeah. See, I forgot what the card was. That makes sense. So it's like, I feel this would be known to you. So if this bit isn't making sense, like, all the rest of it could make sense, and then this bit is kind of where you tap out or something. I was about to say tap the fuck out. But it's like, I do feel that there would have been some sort of, there could have been like literal in the physical, there's been some sort of like it's known to you that the people, karmic people around this masculine, don't want you to have anything to do with them. And again, it's always because you're their twin flame, you're divine mirror, you're going to empower them and they're going to not be controlled anymore. So it's not for a bad reason, it's because of that. Or it's just you've got a sense, like because you're so telepathic with your twin, you can just sense who, you might not know exactly who it is, but you just sense the bits and bobs of people, male and female, that just don't want you to be together. Because now I'm hearing Akon. Nobody wanna see us together, but it don't matter now, cause I got you. What's this card? The moon. Yeah, secret. So look, that's the feminine's card, that's the masculine's card. So the masculine could feel very connected to either wolves or dogs there, just as an added thing. Also, obviously, the full moon, it's the full moon as I'm channeling this. But because the moon is about, like, lots of things, it's about facing your fears and, like, you know, secrets. And remember, this, I mean, I'm still in the first pile, so this is when I was going on about, like, somebody could feel like this love is forbidden. And it might actually be forbidden because the Five of Wands is about, like, you know, conflict and fighting and all that, because look, there's a whole lot going on in there. But this is the feminine's, like, I just, again, it feels like the feminine's tapped the fuck out of this. Like, the feminine doesn't want this. It's like a feminine that realizes, you know, if you're the feminine, you realize your worth and you're like, I don't deserve this, I don't need to be a part of this. It's not my masculine's fault, but I don't deserve to be getting all this attack, even if it is just energetically, because you do feel it. But yeah, again, this could be people that are literally causing issues in the physical too. And if it wouldn't be for the feminine, it would be for the masculine, like to stop you from getting to one another. But yeah, I really do feel as well like there's something here about, like, the full moon could be very significant, whether it be this one or any other one. But there's something very secret. There's some. It's like I feel this masculine has to keep their love a secret, basically. Even if that's just their feelings, you know, it's not like, because I'm not actually feeling that, like, I'm not feeling that's a current karmic partner. I'm feeling it's like a past energy. I mean, we might see otherwise, but let's actually just read the, now where is the wee book for that? Because I do, might need to pause and, oh no, here it is. Right, so let's read the Five of Wands. Oh, I just opened it up at the book. They must want me to read this. So remember, this is for the feminine. So if it's about, well, it is going to be for some people about an actual, like, you know, this is the feminine twin, this is a masculine twin, regardless of gender. But this can also be internally within you. So just keep that in mind when you're listening. An opportunity to collaborate, in group fighting or arguments, being overly competitive, not following the rules, a tendency to avoid conflict to your detriment. So, yeah, I feel this is a feminine that, like, you could be, like, really, really sensitive. And remember, sensitivity is a beautiful thing, and it's just kind of like, you just avoid putting yourself in. So you're not basically going to fling yourself in amongst it. You just kind of step right back and know that it's the masculine's challenge, you know, like, so it's kind of like you'd pray for the masculine to find their way out of the maze, but you can't do it for them, kind of vibes. I support others and they support me, and we rise together and excel at harmony, but that's reverse. So it's like, yeah, I do feel there's something here about, it's basically, the feminine sense is a competition, and it's competition in the sense of others that are making it a competition. But again, I'm not feeling it feels like it will have been at some point, but for some reason I'm not sensing. Basically, what I'm saying is, if there is an actual current karmic partner, they're no competition for the divine mirror. That's the way it's coming through, because I'm not feeling their energy. I'm feeling a past person that's caused a lot of trauma could mean something. And there's also something coming through about a mum, but that could also be the same person. Remember, that could be like mother of children or something. But there's something. Right, now let's read the moon from this deck, because I'm feeling guided to. So, and very powerful tarot cards for each pile as well, by the way, like dramatic ones. I've just remembered that. So for the masculine, but remember this could be what's going on for the masculine too, that there's a bit of an internal battle. You feel the the energies that are trying to hold you back from your feminine twin, so you've got to keep your feelings a secret. And I already read it for the feminine. So this is for the masculine. We've got things about secrets, fears, hidden stuff, which is everything to do with Pisces 12th house energy. And this is also the feminine's masculine side. So we've got illusion, intuition, uncertainty, confusion, complexity, secrets, and unconscious. Traditionally, the moon card warns of deceit, lies, dishonesty, embarrassment, danger, self-deception, and lunar fantasies. Often what we find appealing in the moonlight turns out to be completely different during the day. Wow, I'm glad I read that. So yeah, again, that's what it feels like, connected to some kind of past energy. So it's like this masculine, or this is you, you've been attracted to somebody in the past that turned out, it's again, it sounds like something that would like seemed like the dream, but it turned out to be a fucking nightmare. And it's like this, an energy that you can't really shake off. And actually, maybe I'm picking up on like the mother connect, because it could be somebody that's like got like palsy wowsy with a mum or something. And like it's kind of like when you see these films where it's like films or programs where it's like, the person's ex is still hanging around the mum's house and stuff, and it's like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? It's that kind of real intrusive karmic energy. Complicated romance, uncertainty about love or relationship. And again, I feel this is the masculine's worry around this connection. Uncertainty around a career path, confusion at job, lack of information, unclear around financial decisions, lack of financial knowledge. You need to be aware of the situations that are causing fear and anxiety in your mind, whether it is in the present or future. The moon card alerts you to not allow inner disturbances and self-deception to get the best of you. And remember, that is what Pisces full moon's about. We've all got Pisces somewhere, but like that, if you've got an actual Pisces moon, or if you've got like Venus in Pisces, you could be very prone to being duped in love or business. I see it all the time with people's charts, and I know because I've helped loads of people with stuff like this, professionally and personally, where you could think somebody's a dream and they turn out to be actually, I would say strong Pisces placements are very prone to getting involved with like narcissists and stuff, because it's like they feed you the dream and then you realise that they're not who they say they are. And also the Pisces placements could be the ones doing the lying too, but it kind of, it can swing both ways. Like you with a strong Pisces could be duped, but you could also be the one that's doing the lying. So lots going on there. So again, it can't resonate for everyone, but that's what's coming out there. But again, for the feminine, I like to read it both ways. Feminine, you could be tapping the fuck out of any kind of people that are, just creating difficulty within your connection, going inwards. And I feel the actions that you're taking for your masculine side, the decisions, you're keeping it all very secret. So you're moving in silence, basically. And I feel both people are being guided to move in silence because of the interference. Don't know what this card is. Yeah, balance. Yeah, wow. So that really fits. But I love when I forgot what the card is, because like I said, I just done it really quickly. That makes sense. That I feel this is like, a twin flame pair, that there has been interference of the romantic kind in the past. But now it's a case of you're coming in, you're being guided to balance your inner energies, and you're coming closer to a physical union, like, but it could even be just like a conversation first before anything else. But it's like all of this was in the way, and also that's what they're saying too, is that because that is the case for a lot of time, it could be like a bit of a mystery to one or both twins, like what is the big secret, like what's the beef, what is the big hassle here, like, you know what I mean? And it's like, when you come more into balance, you'll find out what this was all about. Oh, that's interesting. But remember, we're about to move in. Venus is in Libra, which is about balance, and balancing your light and shadow. And I think I'm going to focus on that for Libra season. So I'm going to film all the videos in advance, most of them. But that's what I think I'm going to get us to home in on for Libra season. TikTok. Oh, right. Okay, let's read from the book too. But yeah, so I do feel whatever this is, like the masculine energy in particular, is really feeling time is going against them. What is the time on this? So it's just before 10 past 10. So again, there could be something significant about the 8th of October, or because I'm seeing like 8 minutes past 10, or it could be the actual time, or 10:10 could be significant here. Like, and 10:10 would be not quite the end, not quite the beginning, and then I've just opened up it come to the edge. So yeah, I feel this masculine is on the edge of doing something. When you listen to this, and it could have even been by the time you listen to this. It's just, it'll be different things to different people. Timelessness, divine timing, immeasurable time. Yeah, there's something about divine timing here is very important. Like, whatever the beef has been, or whatever the karmic interference has been, it's something about divine time. When humans created time, everything changed and contracted. People have come to look at it in a linear way, imagine the past behind them and the future ahead of them. But what if that isn't true at all? What if everything, creativity, beauty, chaos, and order were happening now in a glorious timelessness? And remember, I did start, because I start every video by saying it's timeless. You have all the time in the world to co-create the life you desire, so release your agenda, let go of your need to shape each moment to your expectations, knowing that what is yours will never be withheld from you. Miracles are here right now, always show up when you need them, right on time. I feel that as the masculine, that's like the masculine's guides are really trying to like reassure them that everything's happening the way it's meant to in divine order. Love the fulfillment of desire. Even the body's reproductive cycles have their own timetable. Some things are preordained and cannot be coerced. Everything has its season, its divine and appropriate time, and especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Remember that you always have enough time for love, to find it, to nurture it, to give and receive it. It's a clock. Its clock is eternal, and it ticks according to the beating of your heart in perfect rhythm. Isn't that wonderful to know? Love is always right on time. Loving isn't always on time. Doo-doo. That's like an old 80s song. Love isn't always on... I'm sure it's something like that. Your prosperity is co-created by endeavours as they occur in human-made time and eternal efforts of your most important manifestation, partner, spirit, in a divine, measureless time. So keep doing what you're doing, stay positive, and make a commitment to remain in high vibration thoughts and feelings. And I feel that's what this masculine is needing to do. If you're this masculine, I feel like you're trying to stay in balance, but it's like you definitely have got a lot of, like, you've got a lot of hustle and bustle around you, or you did at one point. And it could even be like people literally in your ear, like telling you that this connection isn't right for you, all that kind of stuff, the usual. If you heed the message of this card, it will seem as if you will align with your highest calling and your highest good in no time at all, like magic. That's very Pisces full moon. So what's all the fuss about? Not having enough time. The prosperous life that is yours will never pass you by. Right, so the next one is, forgot what it is, so surprise to me. Ooh, compass, yeah, again, like, and it's got all the astrological signs, so somebody could have a real interest in astrology here, but it's like this masculine's been shown the way. That's what I'm getting. It's like this masculine, if you're this masculine, you've found your inner compass by drowning out the noise of others. As long as you orient your compass to your true north, so remember your true north is your north node, your destiny, and people often spend a lot of time in their south node repeating karmic lessons, and that's not just in love, although it can be for many people too. It's like staying with the same like friends that aren't serving you, like, or staying with like keeping codependent family around you that are against you in some cases. With a lot of people I've helped, it's not always that extreme for everyone, but it can be for some. Or like you keep on doing all these courses because you don't feel good enough to just like eventually put your offers out there. You know what I mean? Like that's common for people to do that. I've been there, done that with a teacher, and I know it's scary, to make that transition, but don't stay on the merry-go-round too long. But also, there's people that don't stay on it long enough, you know what I mean? And they think they're like a master or something just from doing like a course. Like it's kind of like, you've got to find the balance. Like don't stay at it too long, but also don't like stay at it for like, don't like think that you're like a master or something because you like done like a day course or something. As long as you orient your compass to your true north, the direction of your higher power, you will never be lost. So the masculine might be feeling a bit lost right now is what I'm getting from this. Or at one point they were. You're entering uncharted territories right now and can expect wonderful new experiences. To stay on your highest path of your destiny, you'll need to keep your compass pointed to your true north. So it feels like this is a masculine that's now getting on track with their north node. So look to where your north node is in your chart. Like right now, the north node is in Aries. So actually, the moon in Aries will meet up with the north node at some point, firing up, pushing you towards your destiny. Only spirit or a higher power can serve this function. Money, property, prestige, romance, and other material achievements can't help you find your true path. They're simply things you may experience along the journey. Know that, and it feels like this masculine has experienced things like, chasing money or chasing what looks good or chasing who looks good. And it's like none of this is fulfilling this masculine anymore, or all the masculines are resonating with this. And this is why they're being led back to their mirror. Know that spirit is working in your life. So even if you feel lost temporarily, so this could even be somebody that is, I can't say that word, so we'll just move on. But it's like this could even be somebody that is like, this could be somebody that didn't want to talk about their feelings with me saying that. But it's like this could be somebody that is either still in a dark night of the soul, coming out a dark night of the soul, or this is when they were in it, kind of thing. It will be easy to find your way. Have faith and trust for your compass with spirit as true north will ensure that you'll never be lost, even as on a starless night when all seems dark. And then they guided me up to when it's dark, look for when it rains, look for rainbows. When it's dark, look for stars. So, of course, ages of 30 and 50 could be significant ages here. Number 1, new beginnings again. You create your own reality. What you want wants you to. What do you want to experience? So the 1st of October could be a significant date there. That'll be just before the new moon eclipse in Libra, which I'm just checking to see is on the 2nd. So yeah, that's the dark moon. So the dark moon, the 1st of October, could be significant. Mary Magdalene energy coming in strong there. We've got the metal rose, all the roses. You create your own reality. What you want wants you to. What do you want to experience? So this is basically, I'm picking up on the masculine like the most, which again, if you're new around here, that's what usually happens, but at least the feminine got something. I mean, this could be speaking to feminine too, but what I'm getting is this is basically two people that want to be together, but there's a lot of interference. That's the long and short of it. And the masculine's realising, like, actually, I can have what I want. So this is somebody that's felt like they can't have what they want. But it does feel down to the interference. Power of prayer, yeah. So this masculine is turned into the power of prayer. And again, it's probably because I did say that at some point, that the feminine has surrendered to the fact that if there's a lot of interference around your masculine, you can't do anything about it other than pray and, you can clear your own energy. And because twin flames, you are so intertwined, whether you like it or not. Like, for instance, like if you do any type of clearing your own energy, it is going to help free them up somewhat. But there's definitely things that you can only pray and hope that they're then going to follow the path that's lit up for them to free themselves from situations, is the way that I would put it. But again, if you're true twin flames, you are true divine mirrors. They will mirror you. And that's why, as a feminine, when you know it's your twin flame, you do kind of settle into a bit of just a calm acceptance that they will mirror you at some point. You just don't get to choose when. That's the tough bit. So give this situation to God for uplifting and healing and be open to miracles. I mean, that is the perfect thing to hear for us. I say that, but I nearly said Scorpio moon. Somebody might be Scorpio moon because it just, or I don't know, it could have felt like a Scorpio moon. But it could have really felt like a Scorpio moon, actually, because an eclipse purges more energy. Because actually, when my mum called there, she just said my niece wasn't feeling well, and I was like, I bet you it's the full moon, because she's really sensitive. So again, there might be like a child around you that's not feeling well or something as well. Heaven's unlimited resources, love and answers are awaiting your prayers. Be sure to act upon the divine guidance God gives you in response to your prayers. Right, that is absolutely not a coincidence that I just said. That the feminines are connected to all these masculines. I've just calmly accepted whatever it is that's going on. It's not within my hands. I have to just accept that things are. So it's not giving up on the connection, the union, or your twin. It's choosing yourself. And again, I think I've spoken about loads of things the last few weeks here, but it's like I thought I was what my intention was for doing the divine detox, what I wanted to declutter, it's ended up being other stuff. And that's what I love about, well, it's what I love about this work field thought, all the ways in which I help people, because I end up getting help myself. But it's kind of like, it reminds me of in therapy. You think you're going for one thing, and then you end up working on something else. And so you could have found that too if you were going along with the divine detox sort of thing. But it'll always be what you need to, what you need to do for you. That's the point, is that I can think of things in my life that it's like, I need to change this for me. And then actually, ironically, that does help your twin, because you're choosing you. Whereas divine feminines in particular do tend to, for a long time, um, you're just always thinking about how it's going to affect them, because you've got such an awareness of what twin flames are. But completely let go and choose yourself, and that's where the real magic happens. It's kind of weird, really. So yeah, get your power back. Look, we've got 2 13s as well. So although I'm saying there's a lot of messages for the masculine, there is messages for the feminine too. And of course Louise Hay jumps in here, because but I think they did mean to make that look like Louise Hay. This is soul retrieval. That's kind of what I was just talking about. A lot of divine feminine energy. So, but I also feel the masculine's getting more in their feelings. You've forgotten who you are. You're a child of the divine, so take back your power. Yeah, there's something here about the feminine taking back your power with some kind of in whatever way that speaks to you. And now I'm going to end it with the last card, decisions. Ooh, very Libra justice energy as we're about to move into the Libra full moon. Right, so I'm going to read this. What number is it? 32. Oh, and then I opened the book, so that's handy. God, that's taken a whole hour to read so this video might end up being more like 3 hours, but hey, it is what it is. I'll need a wee break in between. So, decisions, higher self, confusion, quandary, ambivalence, and juggling. Okay, so remember right at the start, an hour ago, when I was talking about when I saw that therapy session, there was a lot going on in that situ. So there could be, I cannot stand the third party term. There definitely could have been some sort of overlap or something. I don't know how that'll work for different people, but there's something. But we'll just read further. Juggling. Just the word juggling's kind of jumping out at me here. You're faced with many choices, but again, it could just be in the sense of they're meaning that like this masculine juggling their love for you, the feminine, with being in an actual relationship with somebody that they're not in love with, basically. Like there might be love for them, but they're not. It could even be that. But I mean, it could be literal too, that like somebody's had 2 people at one point or something. Just leave that bit if it's not for you though. You're faced with many choices and aren't sure what to do. Leave or stay in a job, terminate or recommit to a relationship, stop. So again, I'm getting the feeling this could have been somebody that's went back to somebody from the past to try and make a go of it. Usually that's when there's children involved, but it doesn't need to. Well, actually, I can't think of any other reason why. I suppose when people have got houses and that and stuff, it could be a mixture of that, but whatever it is, it's like somebody feels like the masculine has been like pressurized to like keep going with something that was flogging a dead horse kind of thing. That's what I just heard. Terminate or recommit to relationships, stop or continue a creative project, go to work or stay at home with the kids. Yeah, especially because that's come up when I just said that. Life is an endless stream of choices, and doing what's best is never a simple thing. Fortunately, your higher self can help you resolve these difficult decisions, especially if you're willing to let some of the balls you juggle drop to the wayside for now. The key to making the best choice is to simply follow your heart and attend only to what you care about right now. Focus on priorities that feed your spirit and don't become overwhelmed by the demands and expectations of others. Ask your higher self to help you discern and trust in what requires your attention right now and be willing to disappoint people. So I feel at some point, the masculine has had to disappoint the feminine, because there were so many demands of all these other people around them that they didn't have any time for you. Like it wasn't the right time. That is what I'm feeling. As harsh as that is coming through, that is what I'm feeling. But now it's like things are being moved about in this masculine's life, and they're realising that they weren't choosing themselves, therefore they weren't choosing you. It feels like somebody that's teaching themselves about how twin flames work. And the people that this masculine's disappointing is the karmic people that have tried to keep you apart. Your higher self assures you that what falls to the wayside isn't important in the long run, despite the drama of the moment. The drama of the moment being, it's because it's height. There we go. The drama of the moment being the Five of Wands, which the feminine's already made the decision to put, to not be a part of this in whatever way that comes about. But the masculine's now following the feminine. There you go. The message for you is don't try to be all things to all people. It's a waste of time and you'll surely fail. Powerful. Right, I do feel like I wanted to just shuffle these. So is there anything else that either the feminine or the masculine needs to know? Luck of the draw if this makes sense to you. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. It was a long one, but it is what it is. Could have been a long... Oh, it could have been a long journey. And that reminds me of the song that was at the end after. That it's called, I keep thinking it's Taylor Swift. It's not. It's somebody called Taylor, confusingly, I think. But it's The Long Ride. And so you might want to look at the words of that. But it's like, I love you for the long ride. But it's nice words because it's something about like, I don't know, just getting through all the tough times and being worth it. Something like that. Right. Recovery. Right. So yeah, someone's in recovery in this connection. So it could be both people. And also, I love that card because it looks very twin-flamey. Because, like, can you see the faint man behind the woman? So it's like twin flame. So I feel both people are in recovery of whatever you've both went through. Like, it feels like with the mirror card there, you definitely have went through very similar painful situations. Which, again, remember, it doesn't need to be that like you've both had a romantic karmic partner at the exact same time. It could be different times in your life, or it doesn't even need to be that they were both romantic. It's somebody could have hurt, like a friend could have hurt somebody here, or several people. Forgiveness, yeah, and there's definitely going to be forgiveness needed. So I feel the recovery is the recovery from whatever has pulled these twins apart, and there's going to be forgiveness coming in with the Mary Magdalene energy, yeah, and there will be a success. Yeah, there'll be a success in divine timing. It wasn't the right time before, and I did say that, not the right time, but it is now because it's in reverse. Listen to your intuition. Someone didn't listen to their intuition in the past. They didn't trust themselves. But now they are. It's going to lead to success and abundance. Look, it wasn't the right timing. There wasn't clear communication here. Somebody made the wrong choice. Reconsider. Like, look, if somebody didn't think they were ready. You're ready and somebody didn't think they were ready. And so, in whatever way somebody shut this down, if they could go back, they would change it. But it's like this person also has awareness that it was all meant to happen. And again, I think whenever you watch this, whoever's read it, I think something could sort of develop in the next few weeks. It feels like eclipse season is quite big for this. Right, I'm going to end it there though, because I've got 2 more to do. So they might not be as long as this, but hope that meant something to you. Please, please, please like the video, even if this wasn't your story, just for me actually sitting here for what's going to look like 3 hours. And yeah, leave a comment below, even if, if you can't go into the juicy details, I would just really even just appreciate, like, I really like this Claire and I got something from it, you don't need to go into the details. If you feel comfortable, and then I'll keep doing ones like this. But yeah, see you later. Oh, I was nearly stopped the video, but I just want to pause it. Right, so if you chose B, I actually stopped the video at 108, and 108 is the number of abundance. So that is often the times that if you're chanting abundance mantras, some people do it 108 times. Fun fact, there could be some kind of money coming to your abundance. Right, so let's get into this. So if you chose the black tourmaline, we've got the inner child card. So A has just taken over an hour. So if it takes an hour, it takes an hour. I'll just go and I'll pause it and I'll have a break, and I've already drank water and stuff in between because I've had phone calls and stuff. It's all going on. So, yeah, I think now, again, I only remember a few of the cards because I pulled them all quickly, but I think this is the pile that's got a lot about being still. So somebody could be in a dark night of the soul in this connection, or you don't need to be in a dark night of soul. You could just be, enjoying the energy of, or, being, don't know about enjoying, but you could be enjoying it, but, being guided to be a bit still, because that is the energy of the Pisces full moon. Although we are in Aries moon now, which is go, go, go. you could still be feeling the quietness of the Pisces moon. So be still, but there's definitely another card in this I noticed that had about being still, is why I'm saying that. So the way I'm going to read it the exact same way as what I done with the first pile, meaning that everything I do is for, I'm not going to give the same intro again, but everything I do is for twin flames, your inner divine feminine, your outer divine masculine. There are a few cards that I've homed in on, like, you know, the feminine, the masculine, but you'll see as I'm going along. So cultivate a space of stillness and silence to just be. Perfect advice for the full moon in Pisces that we're in. But again, you could watch this whenever, it's timeless. So, within stillness, there's an invitation of being. As we move throughout our day, we most often take the well-worn paths as we walk each day without questioning their benefit to our lives, which can sometimes leave us feeling disconnected. Stillness can be a way to initiate connection with our senses and with our inner being. It is also helpful in connecting with our inner child, as sometimes we need stillness to hear the voice within. Awareness exercise. So, reflect on the places, sounds, or environments that bring you a feeling of calm and safety. Once you've found your state of calm, put away all the sources of stimulus and let yourself just be. Try to focus on what is before you or what you might be feeling inside of you. You can take a nap or let your body drift through the in-between space of wakefulness and dreams. Naps or quiet rest periods are also a good reset when you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed. If you feel unable to achieve stillness at this time, you can try this exercise instead. Moving at a very slow pace can be incredibly relaxing. First, reflect on a sloth or any slow-moving animal, on how a sloth or any slow-moving animal moves, and hold this energy as you complete this exercise. Pick a physical task, any movement that you can complete in an almost comically slow fashion, such as walking, smelling a flower, touching a friend, or even washing the dishes. Whatever you do, try stretching the practice of this task for at least 5 to 10 minutes. The goal of this exercise is to help you feel safe, calm, and rested. I mean, so that very much sounds like regulating your nervous system. So you could literally be looking into stuff like that. Like somatic movement is good for that. Like, you know, just basically anything that's like self-soothing. And these are all sorts of things I can help with in a session. What feelings come up inside of you when you practice stillness? If they are negative feelings, ask yourself why this might be. Yeah, and when you get the answer for that, again, I can also help you with that. We're doing a bit of heavier clearing energy with Saint Germain and Lady Portia vibes, or whatever's needed. Sometimes it's heavier energies. So what have we got? Oh yes, and then that'll cause a vibrational shift. So you might have already done something like this, you know what I mean, and it's helped you have a vibrational shift. I'm also being drawn to the full moon here, and remember it is the full moon as I'm filming this. You're shifting from your polarized world of duality to freedom and heart unity. So again, I feel that's specifically going to speak to the masculine moving from, you know, the heaviness of the matrix energy is really what I'm getting. But as the feminine, regardless of your gender, this can also be you having a further awakening. So let's see. Vibrational shift. Here it is. You're shifting from your polarized world to freedom of heart unity. And also unity is, you know, another word for union. You are shifting from your polarized consciousness to a more unified self, living within the higher realms of the fifth dimensional heart. You've experienced the collapsing and crumbling of your world, the unstableness of life around you, which activated the inner codes that transition you into a new state of being. Yeah, so this could be talking about when you were in your dark night, so, and now you're out of it, or you could still be in it and this is how you feel when you come out of it. So just take what resonates. You're learning to live in a natural flow of your higher heart. You have gone through many physical and energetic changes, and you shed many layers of fear. This could even just be happening on this full moon. You've cried a river of tears for the unloved parts of yourself. At times your road may have been weary and treacherous, yet in the new home of the higher heart consciousness, the creation of a beautiful reality awaits. You no longer have to report to the headquarters of the ego, for you understand it's all about vibration and frequency. Yes, so if you've not already went through an ego death, you could be currently going through it. You allow the natural flow of heart energy to lead you to peace, unity, community, or harmony, or it's your twin. Ascending consciousness is a continuing process as you navigate your way through the fluctuation of energies within the Great Awakening. Nobody's journey is the same, and every path will have a different twist of experiences that trigger your lessons. An awareness to raise light, hold your light, and be the light. You've drawn this card because of your resonance with higher light frequencies when you utilise the higher energies to activate the light codes that set you free from mind and fear. And again, with every video I'm ever doing, I'm always activating the light codes in the dormant DNA as well. The freedom of awareness of promising life, a beautiful dream, is still in the infancy of its birth as you the child become one with your universal parents of heaven and earth. So that's balancing masculine and feminine. But also remember, these are inner child cards. So definitely this feels like somebody that's, if this isn't you, this could be your person, your twin, that is like balancing their nervous system. Like there could, I don't know, there could be some kind of trauma that's been coming up to the surface, especially because Pisces full moon, that's the 12th house, that is subconscious. So, you know, and that's the thing about the subconscious, it doesn't even make sense. Like, you know, if you'll know, if you've ever had a panic attack, it can happen at the most awkwardest of times. You'll be like, but I was fine and I was having a good time. But it's because it's like, you know, you don't get a pick when this stuff surfaces in you. It can happen at the most awkwardest time. It's happened to me. So, right. So specifically with these cards, I was asking what the karmic interference was. So I can't remember what the card, oh yeah, the Bardo. So let's, oh wait a minute, I just spun that around and that's going to matter. Yeah, I think it was in reverse. That's interesting though that I picked it up and it spun round. We'll get to that in a minute. Right, so the karmic interference is the Bardo, but right away before I'm even reading this, right, look at all the skulls. Again, I think this is all the dead weight, the ghosts of the past that are around this energy. And then I've opened the book at the Queen. So again, there could be like feels like quite a narcissistic kind of energy that's around, that was around, look, the shapeshifter. Yeah, somebody that like appeared, again, it's going to come through, and it's probably going to come through in every pile. I can't remember in fact, if shit in hell, the last pile's the most dramatic. I could be sitting here till 10 at night. I better not be. Because I've got to do the last day of the Divine Detox, but yeah, like I definitely feel at least one of these ghosts from the past is like, you know, like an old girlfriend or something, or you know, or and it's a female because it's got Queen on it, but basically somebody that's like they've appeared to be one thing and turned out to be something else. I mean, that's actually just come through in the other pile, but it's coming through again. But this is like basically a lot of, like I said, dead weight, people that you don't resonate with anymore, whether you are the feminine or the masculine. But again, if you're true twin flames, you'll have mirrored at some point, or you know, your masculine will mirror you. Right, the Bardo. Where are you, Bardo? The Bardo. Patience. The Bardo, right, 206. So I got drawn to the flame. So keep in mind, this is the karmic interference. Spaciousness, grace, forgiveness, and truth when dark, torment, dislocation, hallucination, transience. Right away, I think this could be karmic energies around a masculine in particular that are trying to gaslight them and make them feel crazy. Because they're coming into their power. That's what I feel. And that's why, like, if you're this masculine, regardless of your gender, you pulled back and spent time yourself, and your energy shifted, and you've noticed how much your energy shifted because you're away from people like that. Right, the liminal, the in-between, the transition. It's said that the Bardo is a place between this life and the next, a liminal realm which souls pass. Envisioning this inherently mysterious space creates the potential for us to rise above the concerns of this world and seize our relationships through a cosmic and timeless lens. We may receive messages from those who are no longer with us or see visions of lives not yet lived. So again, this masculine, if this is you, you could be having like extremely clairvoyant experiences, or like any of the clairs in between that waking state, between, like, you know, I just said that another pile actually, yeah, you know, when you're not quite asleep and not quite awake yet, you're getting a lot of downloads. And I feel this masculine seeing visions of like the feminine. The Bardo, there is a potential to forgive the unforgivable, to say the unsaid, to see the unseen, to love the unloved, to let go of all the things that cause us pain. Right, okay, so that's instantly giving me the vibes of there could have been some quite heavy stuff that's went on here in this connection. The bardo suspends us in its spaciousness for just long enough to open us to the higher wisdom. Its energy does not belong to Earth as we know it, but rather to the cosmic network of which we're a single thread. But be careful, because I was asking about the karmic influence, this could also be that in the dream state, like, karmic energies could be trying to interfere with the masculine and the feminine, in your dreams. Like, you could be getting dreams that are, like, it's basically interfering energies in your dreams. So, yeah, just be aware of that people can try to siphon energies through the dream time too. Again, if that feels like it resonates, then book a session and we can sort of check that out. So this is the feminine energy. So, but remember, it did spin out. So I feel the feminine in this connection, or even if you're the masculine, this is your feminine energy. I feel there's a new beginning that's delayed right now. Is what I'm getting from that. And the masculine has you, yeah, and this is why. So again, that's why it's good when I forget the card. Definitely, if the masculine isn't still in a dark night of the soul, they're just coming out of one and they've got a lot of stuff going on. But this is what is delaying some kind of, like, it could even just be like a chat, or definitely delaying a union. But there's a lot of ghosts from the past that this masculine. There is a film called The Ghosts of Girlfriends Past or something. I love that film actually. So that could have some sort of significance where it's like, he's been in love with her since they were really wee, but because he had abandonment issues, he just went the other way with it, and was like a player and stuff like that. So, again, you can watch it to specific sort of he's abandonment because his mum and dad die in that film. So it doesn't necessarily need to be that, but there could be something like that going on where it's not it's appeared as if they don't care at all, but actually it was because they cared so much that if they were to lose you, they feel it would destabilize them, and then that actually kind of fits with the whole nervous system sort of stuff. But again, this would be something that this person will express to you further down the line, or it'd be something that you sort of feel yourself. It would just make sense to you. But Nine of Swords. So again, this came out for the daily energy yesterday, and remember, this is about. But I am going to read that actually. But this is about, it can go two ways. Like, things are not as bad as what they once were, right? So this is sleepless nights, restlessness, worrying, stressing. So I do feel there's something that's been really heavy that's went on here. So either the masculine has maybe betrayed the feminine at some point, or chose to listen to anyone over the family and friends, and or it could be that they've literally chose like somebody else romantically, and kind of it's something like that, right? But it's like, with it being in reverse, it feels like the worst of this is over, but it's like the masculine's still recovering from some kind of, or they could have had a betrayal themselves. It doesn't need to be that the masculine has betrayed the feminine, but but there is some kind of regret, because I've opened up the book at the Five of Cups: loss, grief, disappointment, sadness, mourning, discontent, feeling let down, grieving a breakup, time of tension, sadness, relationship. Like, it could even be this masculine's like there's a delayed beginning for the union, because the masculine could have just got out of like a connection or something. So they're in a period of healing. And how interesting, my ear is strongly ringing as I'm recording. I don't really get that too often now, because I've because I went through my dark night of soul 100 years ago, kind of. It's like, a long time ago. It's like yeah, the ringing in the ear doesn't happen too much. So I feel they're trying to tell me that, whoever's the newly awakened one could be having ringing in the ear and stuff. So if that is you, if you're listening to this, what you say is you just ask your guides to turn it down, if it's keeping you awake at night, because that's about not being able to sleep. So the timer's at 1, 2, 3 as well. So I feel a lot's happening. 1, 2, 3 is go time. Right. So, recovery, learning to cope, facing life, finding help, shame, guilt, mental health issues. Yeah, so I feel the masculine's having to face a lot of shame and guilt about maybe literally the ghosts of girlfriends past, or things that have went on in the past. Maybe having actually healing a lot of trauma from past relationships before getting into something, before even striking a conversation with the feminine. You may still experience the consequences of a difficult situation, but the pain is already subsiding. Your imagination, however, still points to the current situation in a much worse way than really is. Now, be careful with that. That can be that all the energies in Pisces, Saturn in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, and obviously with the energy being the Pisces full moon, although we're in Aries, it could really, your mind could play tricks on you. Like, think you could be, your ego could be telling you things are worse than what they are, or you're not going to be forgiven and stuff like that. You needlessly get upset and worried without any reason. Getting help from a partner, alleviating stress by sharing. Yeah, and this is when I read this yesterday, it very much felt like this is a masculine that's going to reach the point where they just feel compelled to go to the feminine for support. Clarity about work, finding peace, stress is becoming real. Clarity about finances, peace, poverty, lack of resources. Or it could be that this person's having a difficult time with money and therefore that's delaying a union because the masculine doesn't feel good about themselves. Oh, look at how powerful is that? The page is also 123. So 123 is a powerful. Somebody could be seeing 123 all the time or something because I saw the timer at that too. But I always just take that to mean like 123 is go time. Like, so it could be that this is one of these unique scenarios where this masculine is not in the best of places, but feeling quite alone, and they could be feeling alone even surrounded by a lot of people. And I don't like the fact that I'm being drawn to the spider on the web because although the spider in the web could be they're about to send a message because that's like communication and creative writing, I'm also seeing it as like this mask could feel like they're caught up in a bit of a black widow's web, like they can't get out of this situation that they're in, like somebody's control. Red sky at night, shepherd's delight. Red sky in the morning, shepherd's warning. Red sky at night, so it's a red sky right now, so there could be something. Yeah, there could be. I feel this is like. I feel this is going to speak to whoever it's meant to. I feel this is a message that like masculine. Like if you're feeling really alone and you're feeling like you need support, it could be all divinely timed and divinely directed for you to go to get that support from your feminine, because it is your own feminine energy, but could equally be, you're being guided to self-soothe yourself and then go to your feminine. But I think I'm getting that energy because this came up yesterday too. The reverse Nine of Swords brings a message of hope, offering faith in a brighter future, a promising better days ahead. In this position, the card offers relief from pain and suffering, providing a sense of comfort and healing. Yeah, I'm totally getting that energy, that it's like this masculine's like basically being guided to go through, because it's like, right, like I didn't do this with other ones, but I want to shuffle. Like, tell us a bit more about this delayed new beginning for the feminine. So look, the passionate look, the tower speak. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, it is. So look, I feel there's going to be a passionate tower moment where this masculine comes forward, but it's going to end in a happy ending. So it might initially not be very happy because this masculine's not in a good place, but it's going to, some kind of sudden shocking change is going to happen and bring about. So it's like the tower moment is God, the divine. God's like, right, we need to get this guy out of this sad place, or we need to get this woman out of this sad place. So we're just going to push them towards the feminine. And then, yeah, look. But that's what it is. The masculine doesn't want to go to the feminine because the feminine's like, and what do you want? You know what I mean? Like, this is what she's like, like, this is a very guarded person. But I feel it's because of whatever's went on here. But look, yeah, so it's a very guarded, I feel like this is like a very guarded woman. I'm feeling a woman for the feminine, but I mean, you can just take it how it is. It's like, this is a very guarded woman, a very intuitive high priestess that can feel how much pain their masculine's in. And even if the masculine hasn't sort of shared about whatever all this is, it's like the feminine feels like they've got an idea of what it is. And that's the feeling. It's like this, if this person just comes and shares what the worst of it is, it's actually going to end up like in a lot of healing for both. Like, I mean, it could, because I feel that it's like both people are exhausted and healing on their own, but it's going to bring a lot of healing about in a connection. But right now it's just a bit of a stalemate, a hanged man. Yeah, that's definitely what they're saying here. It's like the masculine's being, like, getting all the downloads, being guided to come forward to the feminine. And they could have, it's like this person could have been taking a very, very long time. Like, we're talking like years 10 years, like this person could have been taking a long time to get their strength back after things they've went through, but when they do, it's like happy days, 10 of Pentacles. But they just keep saying, yeah, look, this person's coming forward with like the gift of their communication, I feel, because they're bored with whatever's going on in their life, and something's going to happen really quickly here. That's what it is. It's like, so if none of that makes sense, it will make sense when it happens if it was meant to be for you. So, but we need to keep it moving, because see, maybe somebody needs to keep it moving, but it's ultimately it's going to be this sort of devastating energy of I can't take this anymore, that is actually going to end up in a happy way. It's almost like, it does kind of remind me of full moon energy, like when somebody's like, all their feelings are heightened and they just do something about it, which it just depends. Sometimes it's not a good idea, but I feel in this case that is a good idea. Part healing, yeah, it's going to heal both people, because that's what it is. I think the feminine got the full in reverse, because it's like nothing can move forward for this feminine. Wait a minute, this is going to be amazing, because, oh no, I think it's on the third pile. There was a card called Stuck in the Mud for the third pile. I don't know what the card is for this. We'll see in a minute. But yeah, it'll bring about a lot of heart healing for people. Thinker, yeah, because somebody's stuck in their head. Like, I feel this is twins that are both stuck in their head, thinking the worst. And like, they're being guided to come to the edge. Right, so strategy, being analytical and logical. So it's like I'm feeling a masculine that has been in this logical, analytical energy for too long, and we're talking like this could have been somebody that has been in this place for decades. It depends who's listening, regardless of your gender. And it's like this person's like being guided to throw caution to the wind. So it could come about all a bit chaotic in a tower moment, but actually it's going to end up like really in a really happy way. The ability to reason and strategize is focused now. Take things at face value and follow the logical path. Your calculations will prove to be correct, for in this moment there's no deeper meaning than what is obvious. Things are exactly as they seem. You have all the information you need. Keep it simple and you'll win the game of life you're playing right now. But again, I feel it's keep it simple. Like, this masculine knows they're being told to take action and like not to overthink it, because that's the problem. There just feels like a lot of overthinking. That's why we've got the Nine of Swords. Because like I said, the Nine of Swords upright is sleepless nights, worry, stress, trauma. But reverse, it can sometimes be, yeah, what it said, that it's getting better, but it can sometimes be it's doubling down and things are getting like to like even worse than what they were. So for some it could mean that like there's no point thinking yourself into being ill, which I feel could have happened at some point. Love is not logical, but when you choose a partner, it is good to have things in common other than desire. And I think that's what they're saying. This masculine's taken a long time to work out that this wasn't just lust, and it is also love. I don't feel this masculine. Oh, that's why they spoke about the Ghost of Girlfriend's Past, because in that film he's taken. Oh, so that could be something specifically. He's taken really bad advice from a Lothario uncle. So that could be so specific. It doesn't need to be an uncle, but it could be like a male in someone's life that they look up to, that they've taken really bad advice from. And then, you know, the Matthew McConaughey in the film, he works out that he's been in love with her the whole time, you know. But he kind of goes into a bit of denial. You need to watch it. It is a really good film, that. It's funny too. Right, so this is a time to weigh the pros and cons of your partnership. If there is enough common ground, go for it. If not, there are other fish in the sea. But again, I feel at one point this masculine went the other way and went for other people because they thought you were too different. But now, like, they realise you're twin flames. At some point when it reaches up, this is similar to the first one. I feel they're all going to have commonality. If there's enough common ground, go right. I mean, I just read that. Don't force it to work, should others tell you who they are, take them at their word. Now is not the time to indulge in a fantasy, no matter what. In this case, the facts are facts. Again, I feel at some point this masculine has told themselves, you know, it's just a fantasy, it's just a dream with the feminine. But they've realised, actually, no, I can have the dream. And what was the fantasy, the illusion, was with the other people I've chose, which all that glitters wasn't gold, basically. Calculated action is called for now. It's important to sit down and plan a strategy, and that's why we got the guy, you know, the guy that's walking taking ages for the pentacles. Focus on the steps you're going to take to claim your prosperous life. Lists are your friend now, so get out your journal, write down what you're going to do. This is very Virgo season. Today, to signal to the universe that you're serious about attracting abundance. Oh, remember I said that at the start, that I felt money was coming. Your plans and strategies will yield wonderful results. Remember your most effective strategic partner's spirit. You will win this game and your triumph will be for the highest good of all. So basically, this masculine, all the masculines that resonate with this, I feel they're taking a long time. Like, they're very methodical, very logical, very analytical, just very masculine. But when they do show up for the feminine, it's going to be worth the wait. That's what I'm hearing here. But it could still come about a bit chaotically wide open. So I don't know what this is about. So let's see. You're free to express your uniqueness to the world and share in all the bounty of life's endless possibilities. I feel this is about the masculine really like stepping into their true self. But there's a lot of jealousy around this connection because I'm being guided to read the reverse message, and also it's on page 84 and 85. So I really do feel these years could be significant. They always come up because this is years significant to me and people I've worked with and my twin and all that. So all manner of opportunities are presented to you at this time. The wide open card is a signal that you're able to truly manifest your dreams, that your goals are in sight. See how that massively fits onto what I just said about at one point this masculine thought was a fantasy and now they're realising it can be real. And again, it could be bad advice that has come through from other people because of what I said before too. Doesn't matter what I do, guys, it's always the same story that comes through. Don't remain small and contracted. Instead, expand your horizons beyond what you believe are your limitations. You have a unique voice that needs to be expressed in the world. That's so interesting because I know that there's a card that, wow. I'm telling you, the masculine that's connected to this pile in particular, I feel has some sort of speaking career or like something where you're going to be of influence. I mean, that could already be the case, or it's in your pick, because I'm sure this is a pile where there's a card like that. That's interesting. I didn't know that this card said that. You have a unique voice that needs to be expressed in the world. The universe is supportive of the new ideas, approaches at this time, so speak up and speak out. But this could also just be about the masculine needs to speak to the feminine because they're so stuck in their head. This card is a sign of the maverick who freely roams the wide open space of possibility. Allow for a greater vision to replace old ideas as you dream and a grander dream. Yeah, so this is a masculine that's believing that they can have more for themselves now after playing small. Now this is I'm guided to read the reverse, so let's see what this says. Envy, jealousy, and possessiveness are the character flaws to be careful of at this time. You or someone else is closed off, unable to remain open to new ideas or intimacy. Heed the gentle warning that too tight of a hold on what or who you love or what you aspire to will choke the life out of that which you desire. Open your heart and loosen your grip, for what is truly yours can never be withheld from you. If another is shutting you down, let that person be. Don't try to force a door or a mind to be open. I actually feel that that's where the masculine was in the past, and so that's why they're fearing that the feminine's going to be Queen of Swords. That's what I feel. That's why I feel they got me to read that. Yeah. So we have, what does this say? 26, soul alignment. It's time for a radical change. Yes, so I mean that really fits with what I've just read. How can you show up for yourself in ways that you never have before? Well, take action. Quite simply is what I'm feeling there. Feels like there's a radical move. So yeah, look, here's the quiet retreat card again. So it's time to disconnect from the outer world so you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. It feels like either this masculine's already done this and they've got the clarity, and definitely got the clarity on who has been feeding their mind with seeds of doubt about this connection and specifically, or it's about who's been sabotaging them full stop in their lives with other things, or this person's doing this now. Create this quiet time for yourself and you'll have more clarity about what to do next. So like I said, this person could already have the clarity, and I'm sure this is but yes it is. Step into the spotlight. You have a message that the world needs to hear. It's time to share your wisdom. So this is definitely about stepping into the spotlight in the feminine's life. Like, so where a masculine has taken a back seat and they've been nowhere to be seen, could have been out your life for years, whoever's listening to this. But I definitely, I'm just trying to find the book that I need for, well, that's annoying, what is it? What on earth? I've had all the books here while oh no, it's that one. Sorry, I was looking for a green book. Right, so yeah, this is definitely in a bigger way. So this could even be like a few more years down the line. And for some people, it might be months down the line or weeks down. It just depends who's listening. But I feel the masculine connected to this. You're meant to be like in the spotlight in some sort of way. So 2 minutes, you're going to be coming into the spotlight within the feminine's life when you've been out in the feminine's life for a while. You're bringing yourself into spotlight, like coming out of the shadows kind of vibes. But I also feel like that would make sense to you, that it's like you've got to, your voice has got to be heard in some sort of way. Intuition, yeah, and and again, wow, I forgot that was the card. So inner child. So you see how there's a lot of deep inner child stuff that's been going on with whoever connects to this. Both people. What's the number? 42. Because I think there was another card that was 42 a minute ago too. So 42. That's specific. 42 could even be a significant age when somebody steps in the spotlight. I mean, if you're already past 42, just ignore that bit, and it could still make sense to you. But that's what's kind of coming to me there. Like it could be that this person's still got to go on a bit of a journey of learning different talents, cultivating different natural talents and learning more of their gifts, and then they step into it. But there's definitely a huge inner child healing with all the stuff that's been coming through here. So intuition, inner child, instinct, invention, trust, and impulses. Yeah, so again, wow, I love when these messages come through. This could be like somebody that's like the next Nikola Tesla. You know what I mean? Like somebody could be like inventing something that puts them in the spotlight. You could be coming up with a really creative idea that people take because it really helps people. The door to your inner child is opening, and she walks through, bringing you the gift of intuition. You may not be entirely comfortable with this newfound source of insight, but may not know not exactly what to do with it. However, don't toss it aside and try to analyse it to death. Which I feel whoever's listening to this, if you're the masculine, that is your go-to. Because that is the masculine's go-to anyway. If you're the masculine and the connection regards as your gender to be logical and analytical. But it's like you're being guided to move into your feelings. And that's why I feel you're being guided to spend a lot of time alone to drown out the noise of others. I think you might listen to Pile A. I said that and that as well. Apply your intuition. Wait a minute. Instead, accept this gift and play with it. Allow your intuition to non-threatening situations and learn how it works. Don't try to control it because you can't. It's exciting and powerful and is to be respected and followed, not tamed. Trust your inner child's willingness to share its magic so that you may benefit. The message for you is trust me. Wow, right, you know what, right? I'm getting so geeky about this because remember when I was saying this masculine's going to be guided at some point to just like take a risk, and like that's what I think that's about too, as well as what I said about being in the spotlight for inventors or whatever it is, just basically you don't even need to invent something. It's like you're just going to have a service that like you help a lot of people. And I feel this is actually specifically like it could be something to do with what like you've went through and how you've healed from it, like because that's usually what it is for everyone really. Like I would say, like that, yeah, from everyone I've helped over the past 10 years, you know what I mean. But I'm shuffling these wee angel answer cards to see what comes out too. So it's the luck of the draw what this answers for you. But this is definitely about taking a risk. Like this is definitely a tower moment's going to, a divine intervention, a tower moment's going to come in to shift the arse of this masculine. Basically, is what I'm hearing. Like this is somebody that's been stuck in their head, like alone in this for too long, or if they're not alone, they're talking to the wrong people about it and had bad advice, and they feel alone because when they try to talk to people about it, they get bad advice. Because I just keep seeing it's funny. The guy loves his uncle in this, but he does give him bad advice. He ends up helping him in the end because he's meant to be the uncles in spirit. So you could even have like someone in spirit helping you, but doesn't need to be that specific. But you never know. When I get examples, they usually are quite specific. So it's like an older male though that wasn't given the best of advice. It could have, they might have meant well, but it's like wasn't the best. It's kind of, now I'm seeing the scene in 144 as well. So see, that's really important because I feel it's important because that card's still sitting there. That it's like you would know if this is you. Like you feel like you are meant to be getting a lot of attention for something that will help a lot of people. It's giving Jesus vibes, guys, just saying. Like I feel someone's having a come to Jesus moment. But yeah, I was also seeing the sign in that awkward moment where he's like realising he's in love and he's drunk at a bar and he thinks that the older man's going to give him some wise advice and he tells him to like go and get under someone, and which he actually does do, you know, which again I think is like they're showing me it because it's a sign of like how easily led some people are. That's like a stranger at a bar and he's like, yeah, and so he tries to hook up with this girl and he basically he can't perform because he's in love with the other one. So this, you know, there could be this could be specific too, that it's like somebody's trying to like get under people to get over a twin and it's not working, or it hasn't worked in the past, and then this person's being guided to do inner child healing. Basically, there's something in this. So let's just see. Ask your angels. I mean, are they having banter? That's what the deck's called. That's why we got the deck. But yeah, but basically, it's like that's about following your intuition. Like, you'll know what bits speak to you. Remain positive, but it came in reverse. I feel that's what it is. This person is really down, and they feel the only person that's going to be able to help them is their twin. They want this person. They want the. Look how tongue-tied I'm getting. This masculine is going to be quite tongue-tied, and also that awkward moment is all about. Like the whole film is that he's like, oh, as soon as the girl starts saying so, and like that conversation about having a deeper connection, he does a runner. But it's, you know, then it's like it bites him in the ass because then he meets a girl that makes him like that. So it's something like that where this masculine has done some really deep healing and now wants forgiveness. And this masculine has a problem with being assertive. It definitely has had an issue with people pleasing or something. But they want to reach some sort of compromise. And this situation will improve if you're the masculine. But there's going to be a tower moment that comes about here. And then, yeah, because I pulled over reconsider in the near future. Trust. Look, there's that word again. Trust and take action. Look, that's exactly like what I just read. Yeah, trust, take action. You will be a success. No more waiting. Because look what they're saying, look. Or you could just leave it and leave it and leave it and then find yourself in the same position a year from now, feeling the same, wishing you'd done something. It's up to you. You can take action now, strike while the iron's hot, it's Aries moon, or leave it. But do you know, I don't really like, well, I don't want to say this, but I have to, right? Because I don't want to, but it's, I think I'm going to have to share it actually. I saw a short and I don't know what it's from. I don't know if it's maybe from a film or something. It must be from a film and I don't know what film. But the long and short of it was, it's got, and remember shorts are only a minute, it's got when you see the girl that you're in love with, but you let her go or you never done anything about it. And basically the woman's like kissing her husband and like smiling with her kid. So it's that kind of vibe of you left it and you left it and you left it and then it was too late when you're ready now and you're always going to be scared. That's really deep and it's not, listen, it's not where everyone is, but I'm here for it. That was a beautiful message, right? So at least that one wasn't quite an hour. I'm going to go and get a wee drink of water and then I'm going to do C. So I really hope that served you. Powerful message. I knew that would be, and let me tell you, you better, you might want to just hang around for C for the drama because from what I remember, C was, it had some extra cards and it had a lot of energy. So a lot of stuff about love, but it felt quite turbulent too. So we'll just see what comes through. But thank you and I'll move on to C now. Right, if you chose C and the rose quartz, there was a lot of energy in this pile. I would say it was the most energetic. And what I mean by that is, like, when I was just going to pick one card for, like, just one card out of whatever deck, there was, like, a few extra ones that came out for, like, a few that I pulled. You'll see what I mean. If you've watched the other ones, you'll see what I mean. But also there was, from what I can remember, there seemed to be, like, so for instance, I know that you'll see in a minute, but with the crystal cards, I pulled the Lover's card, which basically is the Twinflame card in that deck. So the crystal cards don't, have loads of, like, I mean, I suppose it has got a few cards about love, but that is like the Twinflame card, because it's got something like Soul Connection Crystal or something. So yeah, we'll see how it ties into it. But, and it's just interesting it was the rose quartz, because again, that's why I often don't use that, you know, so it will be interesting if that did, basically, right, this is the way that I'll teach, with the way that I teach about intuition is, I used to overthink that before about like, oh, I'm not going to use the rose quartz heart because I don't want to sway people to think that it's going to be about, more so about love. But now I don't even overthink it like that. It's like people are going to pick what they're going to pick, right? And just you pick whatever you pick. And, you know, sometimes like some of you will have to learn the lesson of that you overthink it and I don't actually believe you can pick wrong, but you know what I mean? That's just, it's hard for me to describe what I mean by that, but just, you know, it's not all going to resonate with everyone anyway, but I don't know, I just find it was quite funny because it's like, I mean, love's coming into all of it because, like, I'm a twin flame healer, but it's like, I don't know. It might have even just been that one card, but I think there was more cards that indicated it was quite lovey. And it wasn't actually, like, it seemed a bit turbulent. I can't remember why I think it was just that, it's just the feeling I got. Like I said, you know, with my clairs, it was just a strong feeling of turbulent love. But I mean, that is twin flames. Until it sorts itself out, that is twin flames. So let's see. So we'll start with the inner child card. And like I said, you know, if you haven't watched A and B, you know, you could always just watch it over like the course of a week or whatever and watch it in bits. But like I would watch it because there was powerful messages in both. So you never know. So, have you ever gotten lost in your travels only to find an unknown treasure along the way, a treasure that could only be found if you'd not known the way? As an adult, we pride ourselves on knowing the way we should go and following it, but as children, the way we felt we should go was always the way we found ourselves to already be. There's a magic in lost places, for only when we do not know the way, we are open to enough for something unexpected to find us, right? I absolutely love that because that's totally the vibe of the Pisces full moon right now. If you've pulled this card, then it might be time to allow yourself to get a little lost. And because remember, Pisces is about confusion, illusion, deception, lies, all of that. But in this sense, it would be the magical, mystical, kind of unknown, because Pisces energy is magical and mystical, very psychic, and you know, magic and psychic stuff doesn't make a lot of sense to people. That's why some people don't believe in it, because they're like, they can't logically work out how somebody can do that. Like, and listen, I get it. I can talk to dead people and angels and light beings and everything, and you know, I try to explain it to the best of my ability, but all I know is I can do it. Do you know what I mean? I can do it, and they're here to help us, and you know, and I can help you how to, you know, cultivate your own gifts, blah blah blah. My gift is helping you find yours, but it's you know, like I said, some people just cannot get their head around that that's real, and so they'll try to tarnish people's character, that they're lying and all that. Oh, see, look, this could have went on. I'm already getting a, maybe this is why I'm feeling turbulence. This could be, this hasn't come up in the other piles. It's kind of touched on it, but this could be one of the ones where like people have lied about a feminine, um, because they don't understand what it is you can do. So this could actually really speak to feminines that do similar to what I do, whether you're male or female. It doesn't even need to be like psychic stuff, but I'm kind of getting that vibe. Or you could have done it in a past life, so you might just be really psychic, but you've got like a, you know, you've not got a job, anything like that just now. But everybody knows you're really psychic, and it kind of freaks people out. Something like that. Because again, before I really owned it and was doing this, when I was working in nurseries and like, you know, things like that, everybody did just know that not everybody, but a lot of people noticed really pretty quickly how psychic I was, because I would just sense, like, before a child was actually ill, I would sense that they weren't feeling well before anyone else was. Actually, it was really annoying. Like that happened from like, that's been happening for like the past sort of 20 years really, from when I worked in it, because like a lot of the time I would say to like my colleagues and like my supervisor, like, you know, they're no well and stuff, and they'll be like, you know, try to make out like I'm just trying to send all the kids home or something. And I was like, look, I'm telling you they're not well. And then literally an hour later, like, they wouldn't be well. But it was because I can send stuff before it happens. You know what I mean? I'm clairvoyant. So, you know, when I worked in some of the nurseries for longer than a short period of time, people but then began to respect that actually I was very in tune, and, you know, to listen rather than be a dick about it, basically. So uh, if you've pulled this card, it might be time to allow yourself to get a little lost, but also it could be that it feels like the masculine in this connection could feel lost, like literally in a dark night soul spiritual awakening, which has really come through now in every single pile, because that is where a lot of masculines are, or it's where you were, so you'll know for yourself. And feminine, you were there at one point too. Be open to new experiences and allow for the magic of imagination to pull you into its world. Let your intuition guide you into this practice. It could be through a new idea or a new way of viewing the world. It could be through creating a new piece of artwork or by writing an untold story. Let your imagination run free and do what connects you to the wonderment of childhood, where anything is possible and the extraordinary lies just around the corner. If you'd like to physically explore new places and surroundings, remember to do so with navigational guidance and a way to contact someone for help if you become lost. That's them having their own back. Quite funny. But yes, it is important that you don't go out late at night hill walking or something, and especially not when it's really hot. Like, it's a very hot day here today, do all the precautionary, have your water, and just don't be stupid, basically. Do you know what I mean? Make sure that you've got everything you need. How does it feel in your body when you think about the idea of being a little lost? Do you feel excitement or dread? Ask yourself why you might feel this way around the idea of being lost. Is there a way to release the desire to be in control around the unknown? So definitely I feel for masculine energies in particular who do tend to have a difficult time letting go of control of things. How can you do that for yourself? How can you embrace the unknown? Free spirit. She looks like Scarlett Johansson, doesn't she? I always think that with this card. The wild heart of freedom embraces the untamed, invoking truth, authenticity, and self-expression. So let's read this from the book, because I read because I don't usually, because you don't really need to be them, but again, I don't need to be any of them. I just chose to today for some reason. I wanted to, and I've liked doing it. Done a mixture of both, so let's see. Just because the decks that I've chose have really beautiful messages, so I think it's a bit of a shame to not actually read them, you know what I mean? Free spirit. Where is it? This isn't in alphabetical order, so it can be kind of... Wait a minute, I'll look at the start of the book. 48, so... Ultimately, the free spirit is the nonconformist. She or he enjoys a bohemian life, drifting and floating from situation to situation, which without much thought or worry about the future. Do you know what's quite funny is, when I said that she looks like Scarlett Johansson, it did remind me of her character, and He's Just Not That Into You, and she's a bit like that and that. But what really strikes me is, she gets caught up. Remember, she gets caught, like, she ends up, like, having an affair with the guy that's married. So, I mean, I could be literally picking up on stuff like this. So, I don't like picking up on stuff like that, but there is that bit. I think it's, her character's like that, a bit kind of floaty and dreamy, and that's kind of how she kind of gets in that situation. You'd have to see the film to see what I mean. But it always reminds me, they might even just be trying to remind me of that song. There's so much craziness surrounding me. Na, 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 it gets hard to breathe. Na, 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 you bring it back to me. You make it real for me. I feel you make it real for somebody. You calm somebody's spirit. Yeah. These wonderful bohos have an insatiable appetite for life and follow no one, as they have their own unique vision. This carefree nature of the free spirit can often be misunderstood as irresponsible, unorganised, as they like to do things their own pace, their own way. So there's a lot about controlling here and liking to do. So this feels like, again, remember, twins are like, they mirror each other. So it feels like I'm picking up on people that very much like to do their own thing, their own way. But then you could like meet at loggerheads because you're not you're not meeting in the middle with the compromise. So that's why I keep this. I'm getting like really exciting flashes of like I can see my work is definitely moving, doing more of the couples work. Quite excited about it. Down to earth and free to flow, they thrive on spontaneity. These wild hearts are creative in their pursuits and seek like-minded people to support their lifestyle. They are the ones who will stop and smell the roses, follow the path less travelled, or soak in the beauty of nature. From the free-loving hippies of the 60s that paved the way to freedom and opened a conscious thought within us to break free, emerges a divine free spirit, one who lives a life of creative choice and authentic self-expression. Is there something in your life that you need to break free from? Are the winds of change calling, but you're too busy or fearful to respond? See, it could even be that like there's a feminine in this connection. That's right. Okay, I remember what I said at the start now. That's what it is. The feminine in this connection has broke away and done something different, and the masculine's like dying to do it now. And I don't even like saying that term, dying to do it, but I do feel this masculine's dying to, because I think that's why they were showing me the. Because really, that's what it was about. Like that guy ended up having an affair with Scarlett Johansson because he was bored. He'd literally like fell into this marriage out of logic because they went to college together or something, and he was bored of his tits, and so that's what's happened. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's right because I'm incredibly against, like seriously, I'm really, really against cheating, which is why I sometimes have an issue, a big issue with some of the messages that come through, but I have to push that aside to be professional. But it's although I'm against cheating, there are lots, there are lots of different scenarios where I'm watching a film or I've heard real knife. Oh my god, what the fuck? Real life scenarios where that, like, look, why did I just say that? Like, either somebody's cutting themselves away, like energetically, from toxic people, or maybe yeah, like things like that end up happening for all sorts of reasons. So anyway, I don't know, but like let's just carry on with this. But that's really what I'm getting it from it is like he's bored, and so he ends up doing that because he doesn't have the balls to basically upset his wife, and then he ends up upsetting her anyway because I can't remember, she starts seeing all the signs, and then yeah, that's a great film too. Um, This message comes from a creative force that inspires the free spirit to take off the restraints and set yourself free from whatever is limiting you. You may have many responsibilities, yes. So again, this literally could be picking. This is okay. This is the turbulence. See what I mean? I picked up on turbulence. So it's not every single detail is going to make sense to everyone. Bits and bobs of it could make sense to people because I'll home in on really specific situations. But I feel for at least someday there might be something like that where like somebody's stuck in a family situation, bored, but there's children, like several children involved, I'm sort of feeling, and then they meet a twin that like lights a spark in them, something like that. Again, it's not that for everyone, but it is for someone. um you may have many responsibilities, and running off to live like a bohemian may not be the immediate answer, but you can dip your toes in the waters of freedom, dance a path you've never walked, or take a chance on the unknown. It may just give you back your wings to fly. These wings are made to fly, little mix. There's a lot about freedom. The energy of the free spirit reminds you that when you find the freedom within, you see more freedom around you, restrictions lift, and you create the time and space you need to be of glorious light. That's interesting because I'm actually seeing my cousin's wee girl soon, and her name means freedom. So there's definitely something about freedom here. Right, so you know what I mean? Because that I wouldn't say that, but it's a bit weird that like I'm seeing them soon, and then because they live further away. So right, this is what I mean. I went to pull one of these and I pulled loads. So I think the first one will be the one I pulled first. Yeah, so the first one I pulled, right, was what I call the notebook card. Now remember, the question I was asking when I got to these cards for every pile was what's the karmic interference? But because I pulled the card that I call the notebook card, because I saw a portal, right? So I feel this is twins that are very connected to galactic energies, light beings, you could have a real interest in astrology sort of stuff. But like when Sarah like saw this, she saw like that looked like the canoe, so it reminded me of in the notebook. So that's why I call it the notebook card. But I really do feel it's like this the karmic influence has been like basically like this masculine's heart has always belonged with the feminine, and then I pulled the siren. So it's like there's been a specific, or there could have been several with this archetype. There's been specific romantic interference on a twin flame connection, and I feel it's very much going to be like where whoever this is resonating with, like this person has like whatever it is they do that's not of integrity, they've tried to like basically make out the feminine as that. Can't remember what the other card. Yeah, look, the village. Yeah, and it's taken a village. So this is like where, you know, for some reason I'm always going to say the fucking village again because that card used to come up all the time. But basically it's like, so it's like a romantic partner that's got a lot, you know, I mean, could be totally in with the bricks, you know what I mean? It's like a whole load of people, like a friendship group or an actual community. But this person's a shapeshifter. And it's like, I feel the lover came out because it's like, that actually, see, I forgot, I totally like I threw it on the Scarlett Johansson, and that's basically, she is that guy's lover. But it ends up, I mean, that all goes all types of wrong, so I hope it's nothing like, but it's kind of like, in the film, he ends up with neither of them, because he ends up really hurting. I mean, it's actually fucking horrible what happens in that film. Like, if you know, you know, if you watch it, it's really disgusting, actually. Like, she has to hear him and his wife having sex because they were about to have sex and he tells her to hide. Well, spoiler alert in it for you, but I mean, it's such an old film, you've probably seen it, but if you haven't, that. And so basically, yeah, she's hiding in the office and she hears him having, you know what I mean? Which the sex he doesn't even want to have with it, it's just horrible. Yeah. That's what it is. I'm definitely like so that's not everyone's, but that's what I'm picking up there. Right, so but I'd love to kind of dive a bit deeper, but if that's resonating, book a personal session. That's what I mean. I pick up on bits of people's personal situations. Right, okay, so again, that wasn't the first card. Right, that's what was juicy about this. We're definitely going to the book. Because I've gained, because I just got those cards recently. I'm quite enjoying the different interpretations that people are. So the tower basically shit's kicking off. There's a big change that's taking place here. What's going on in this? They're falling from. Yeah, they're both falling from a tower, but they look like twin flames actually because she's. Yeah, they look very similar. That's interesting. I've never seen that in a card before. See what I mean? They just look like the male and female version of each other. So you could both be going through a bit of a tower moment, the feminine and the masculine in this. And that could be why that's probably what I felt. I felt the tower in this energy, this pile. You know what I mean? Because I felt it before I probably even pulled these cards. But yeah, I feel there's a tower moment that's happening. This masculine's coming in with truth and clarity. Very unexpectedly. This is going to happen like completely out of the blue. Like, you're not going to see this coming. Like, even if you think you do, you're not. It'll be like when you've given up or something and then it happens. Where's the... What the fuck? Oh, there it is. I was going to say, where's the feminines? Ah, so yes. The feminine had the Seven of Pentacles. So again, I feel this is about, like, a feminine that is, like, very much still invested in this union. So although there's been a lot of... It feels like karmic interference and I just feel there's a lot of unknown in this actually. I feel like this is one where the feminine doesn't really know what's been said and who exactly is the, you know, the biggest instigator of it all. But this is the truth and the clarity I feel the masculine's coming in with. I mean, it might be that you do know, but I'm getting the feel there's definitely somebody listening you don't know actually. You've got a sense. That's what I'm getting. So I'm going to read the... Now, let's see. It's more the other one I want to read, but because I've picked this up, I'm kind of interested to see how they're... They do differ, although the cards look very similar. Their interpretations do differ, because this other one's actually very short. Right, so... A pause, states of gratitude, reflecting on your journey, waiting to... Oh my god. Waiting to harvest the fruits of your labour. And it's the harvest moon as I'm filming this. That's pretty nuts. A sign to keep going. You're almost there. You've been doing the work, feminine, and your wildly successful roots are growing. You may not see the fruits of your labour yet. That's what I'm getting. Like, this is like you. This is funny. You don't know, if you're the feminine, you don't know that your masculine's like about to burst into your life with some kind of truth. Wow. Right. As I give thanks for what I am about to harvest, I know that my life is headed in the right direction. Right, okay, so let's now read the Tower first, because that's what I pulled for the masculine. Now remember, that is also this is also about the masculine's feminine side, that the masculine has been investing in themselves, and they're healing and they're growing, and detaching from things they need to detach from, or this is what they'll be guided to do if they're not already done it. And then they'll be able to step into, making this big sudden shift. But this is the thing, it could seem like it's completely out of the blue, but I feel this masculine's really put the work in to be ready to do it. But it's just the feminine doesn't know it's like, I feel it's coming, but you actually aren't going to know when it is just going to come out of nowhere. So, but this is so again, this is also the feminine's masculine side. So again, feminine, you're going to come into some kind of truth and clarity, unexpected truth and clarity, which I actually feel could have come about on this actual full moon. So if you're watching this when I'm filming it, you could have had some real deep subconscious epiphany because the Pisces full moon is about the 12th house of subconscious. So, but for the masculine, we've got the Tower and the King of Swords. We have disaster, destruction, upheaval, trauma, sudden change, chaos. The old ways are no longer useful, and you must find another set of beliefs, values, and process to take their place. I mean, that doesn't sound the best, does it? But I am more feeling something is really shaking this masculine up, right? But it's like this full moon, it's a good thing. It's like this masculine done enough work on themselves. And it's just, again, it feels like the other one of the other piles, the last pile, like something. This is shifting a lot of the masculines into gear, basically. Break up, weak relationships ending. That's basically the gist too. Like, the Tower's breaking down what isn't stable, and it's definitely the karmic things. Foundational shift in a view of love. Sudden job loss, workplace disruption, workplace chaos, financial loss, wake up call regarding finances. The meaning of these changes, foreshadowed by this card, will entail the comprehension of the truth, which will enable you to free yourself from false constructions in your life and determine your true value. I actually really like how concise and short I like both these. They're both different, but they are very similar, you've got to admit. Right, so, King of Swords. So, reason, authority, discipline, integrity, morality, serious, high standards, and strict. The King of Swords card is a reminder to bring objectivity and clarity of judgment to a situation in life. May require taking time away from the challenge at hand to develop a different perspective. Yeah, so I feel this masculine has taken a lot of time away in hermit mode to invest and heal and grow. And it could have even been a Tower moment that is like, ripped you apart, it feels like. But whatever it is, this masculine's now like rushing back in with their clarity. Stern but righteous men are challenged to do your best, being disciplined with finances, acting logically. The King of Swords also tells us not to be too rigid and make decisions based on assumptions. Inform yourself as much as possible before jumping to any conclusions. Yeah, and actually though, I'm strongly feeling that this person has jumped to conclusions in the past that they're now getting epiphanies about, that they got it wrong. That's definitely what I'm getting. And I feel it was heavily down to the bad advice and influences they were getting. That came up in one of their piles. Yeah, and again, about the lovers, because soul connection crystal. And I mean, that's so crazy, because that is looking like, that's twin flames. This is two people that are going through it. Like, this is two true twin flames that are going through a lot of similar difficult stuff at the same time, I think. So this could be the feminine's already had the Dark Night Soul and all that years ago, but I feel you've went through a bit of it. Like, could even be the feminine's just felt the masculine shit. Like, you've been going through it, feeling what they're going through. But I do feel you've both went through your own stuff individually at the same time, and you're going to find that out. But yeah, it's definitely people like that have tried to keep lovers apart, basically. Peace, because peace was in reverse. So, you know what I mean? It's like, but this is two people that, like, this is God intervening. Like, this God is like, you can't keep these two souls apart. I made them exactly the same because they're meant to be together. They were meant to get through all the challenges to get to their peaceful, happy ending. That's lovely. Yeah, that's the truth, if truth be told. I did pull that in reversal, so I'm going to keep it reversed. But look, I will. This marshland can now see the truth. They couldn't see the wood from the trees before. I think this is the one that's stuck in the mud. Yeah, look, they were stuck in the mud. 24. Yeah, this marshland was stuck in the mud and they listened to the wrong people, but now they see the truth. So this is where I want to say, like, you know, hear this person out. Right, so 14. Yeah, look, they're saying feminine, hear this person out, because this person is more in their feminine energy now. So where this person didn't want to talk about their feelings, when this masculine reaches this point, all the ones that are resonating, it's going to be destined and fated that they will be able to speak their truth. Yeah, they're cleaning karma up, working with Saint Germain right now, which that is one of my main guides if you're new around here. And then look, they've led me to the peace card in that book too. Freedom from attachment. Yeah, this masculine had negative attachments that they've had to heal from because they just got drawn to time for a nap too. They always do this when I'm trying to find the... So I just need to change. There's going to be a change in the wind and a fork in the road. Guiding me. Right, so... Honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial. Yeah, this masculine was in denial, and I think they had people around them that kept them comfortable with that. The willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication. Wow, and that's the King of Swords coming in with the truth and the clarity. Right, good. It's reversed, so I don't need to read it all. Where are you being dishonest with yourself and others? If you're unhappy in any area of your life, the tower's going to hit. Yeah, so basically that's blown my mind, because that's why they gave, now it makes even more sense of why they gave the analogy of he's just not into you, because that guy's living a lie, like he's married but he's cheating, and then it all catches up with him when he could have just been honest with both people, and then he wouldn't have actually lost the Scarlett Johansson one. You're unhappy in an area of your life, look for the signs of denial. This can also pertain to others being misleading or withholding or acting from hidden agendas. But again, there's something about, like, I feel this might link back to the first pair, because I feel that this masculine thinks that the feminine has lied about something. Truth be told, I'm getting that kind of energy. It's like someone's distorted something here, or the masculines jump to like assumptions or something. Now is the time to say no to dishonesty in all forms. Ask the truth. And remember that, wow, that's why they're getting me to say that. Because the full moon in Pisces is about lies, the shadow side. Ask for the truth, even if you don't like what you hear. And Aries moon is the truth. Acknowledging it will be key to a beautiful new future where you no longer labour under the heavy burdens that deceit and denial impose on you. Set yourself free. Nothing less than the truth is required now. Oh my God. So again, I feel a message in a bottle. The truth. There's obviously honest communication coming. I'm just laughing that I said this felt like the one with the most drama. It fucking certainly has. Right, 24. And again, I would love it if you leave comments if this is resonating. You don't need to give us the juicy details, but oh my God, you're not going to guess what I've just done as I've said that. Because I've been filming this for hours, right, I just leaned back and saw the moon, and the moon is massive out my window right now. A big golden moon. The harvest moon. Yeah, there's been a lot of drama, but there's about to be a whole load of peace with these lovers after the truth is told. But it's going to happen in quite a dramatic way. Right, okay, so something could be happening around the 24th, so that'll be Tuesday. That's a week today. No, wait a minute. Today's Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah, Tuesday next week. You're being invited to stop and savour the wonder of your life. Becoming stuck is sometimes the only way to trick yourself into slowing down and looking around you. In fact, this is a sign that you need to shift your focus away from what you're doing and place your attention elsewhere. But you see, that could be when someone's in denial and they're distracting themselves. Struggling will only get you into even muddier places, like the guy in that film. Again, it doesn't need to be that exact example, but I do get why they're giving me that. Now is not the time to move forward, but to observe, because the point is he's lying, and that's the whole thing that the wife makes the point of in the film, like, you know, just don't lie to me, and he's lying to everyone. Clarity about your circumstances will come a little later. Stop and find the joy in what you've been overlooking. Soon you'll be out of the mud. But for now, be still and know that Spirit has a plan for you. Wow. Don't you worry, child. Heaven has a plan for you. Oh my god, there's a card in that deck that's like that. If that's that card, I'll be like, well, I don't think it was so. Deep inward journey. You'll be rewarded for the work. How can you alchemize your fear? That feels it's about the Seven of Pentacles. Both these twins are going to be rewarded for the work that you've put in. Very powerful feelings. Look. This is the same as the second pile. This masculine's being told like to take a chance on what they really want and stop lying to themselves. All positive change and successful ventures involve a degree of risk. Are you ready? And you're ready. So it's not are you ready, that's important. You're ready to follow your divine guidance to new territories as you leave behind that which is comfortable and familiar. But again, you see that could be a comfortable and familiar marriage where you're not happy. So the tower's coming in with the truth. This is very dramatic, pile. As you leave behind that which is comfortable and familiar but no longer appropriate for you, you make room for new and more meaningful opportunities. That's maybe about money, that card, but that very much feels about love. Could be for other things too. Increase your knowledge. Education brings opportunities. Take a course, pick up a book, or find a mentor to teach you what your soul longs to know. Again, I feel that's a masculine really been like getting the truth about what this connection's really all about and how it connects to like the rest of their life. And bravado, warrior guide. Yeah, this is definitely one of the masculines. It's not one, but it's going to be a whole of the masculines that connect with this energy of being a warrior. Like you were given the challenge that you were given because you could handle it. Because you were going to be able to free yourself from where you feel trapped. Right, and I've just opened the book at the right page, so that's always a good sign. Rebellion, liberation, courage, resistance. Does everything inside you rebel against authority, making you want to scream, you can't control me? Yeah, there's been a lot of controlling energy around this masculine, and they want to break free. I'm hearing, I want to break free. That's always my sign, someone's breaking out a karmic thing. If so, it's true. No one can control you unless you agree to it. The fact that you don't allow others to control you anymore is a sign of progress. And again, this masculine has been putting in the work to break free from the codependency. It means that you're moving away from a world of dependency. Oh, I didn't even know I was going to say that. And are claiming your personal authority as a self-directed, conscious soul ready to take responsibility for yourself. Challenging the authority figures in your life is a necessary step for your growth. So it could have even been some kind of issues with parents or something. It doesn't need to be, but that's kind of screaming that. However, you must realise that not everyone or everything in your path is necessarily working against you. Ask your warrior guides for the courage to challenge what oppresses you and for the wisdom to know when to respect for it. Again, this could be mums and dads that feel they've been helping, but then when they reflect on things, they're like, oh, maybe that wasn't the right thing, like that kind of vibe. But you really need to know your situ, because some people have got toxic people around them, so don't toxic positivity away. You know, if someone's been toxic, they've been toxic. Your warrior guide's message. Again, I'm very balanced with this, and you know, you can do ancestral. Parents could do ancestral healing, and as long as they take responsibility for where they didn't do right and apologise and make amends, then great. But some people aren't willing to do that, and they'll stay, you know, stuck in their ways and stuck in the mud, and that's not good. Stand up for what's important to you and ask for it. However, don't fight for its own sake. Respect the leadership and rights of others as well. Beautiful. And look, I'm ending it on 222, Love and Partnership. We're about to enter into Libra season, Love and Partnership. Please like, comment, subscribe. Please leave comments. You don't need to go into detail, but this took a long time. But I really enjoyed doing it. See you later.